All right, all right, all right. We are back for another Buffalo Sabres hockey game here on a Friday night. Tonight, the Buffalo Sabres take on the Florida Panthers. This is another Atlantic divisional matchup. And from what the guys on the pregame show have been saying, this is as much of a must-win for Florida as it's ever been for this team. Justin, I appreciate that. How are you tonight? And how's everyone? We got 7 people already here, a few minutes to puck drop. You guys know the deal. We've been doing that, these sort of streams enough this year. It's like a routine now. And the only difference is Cal joins me on intermissions, so that's fun. Nice to talk to another human being live here. Although I like talking to you guys, but unfortunately you're just names on screens. That's why you should join the Discord. Because then we get that connection a little bit more, and we get that server bumping and going and more active. It's been kind of down lately. Actually, not lately, for a while. And I'd like to get it going again. But I'm not online enough to make that work. That's why I need you guys. We need y'all. How's the audio sounding? Hold on, I'm going to do something real quick. I want to test it out because I see it's in the red. And I don't like that. Okay. I don't know if that sounds weird for you guys. Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Let's go. Oh, we're crashing already. Let me see here. Alright, it's fluctuating. Yeah, my internet, I reset it a couple hours ago, so I'm glad to see it's off to a great start. But we got the national anthem out there. I don't know if this was the case, if the audio just sounded a heck of a lot worse last stream because I wasn't paying attention. But I just noticed that my microphone, even though it's plugged in right now, it wasn't actually getting any input into the computer and coming back out to you guys. So maybe that's why it was a little more ear shattering when I made the goal calls last game. But that should be fixed now. I think we're good. Let me check one more time. Because it was on default. And I watched some of, not that I do this often. I'm not this self-centered. But I did watch a little bit of the last stream, some of the goals. I mean, one of you guys, Jason, I think, clipped the Krebs goal into the Discord. So I was watching that and I was like, wow, why is it so staticky? Why is it like, it just sounds awful. And turns out I was on my default computer mic that entire stream. Not the Fine. Coyote, what's going on? Buffalo Sports. Cal, what's going on? You got a Sabres cape. Nice. But yeah, Coyote, nice to see you again. But this is another huge game. Enough talking about me in this channel. Let's talk about Alex Line and the Buffalo Sabres. Because yes, Alex Line is starting this game. Just like the last time the Sabres came on through to the Florida trip. Alex Line will take on his former team in the Panthers here tonight. Daniil Tarasov is on the other end. Sergei Bobrovsky has been having a really tough season up to this point. So, they're looking to maybe shoulder some of that responsibility. Well, I say that, but I forget that Florida also played last night against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So while this is the first of a back-to-back for the Sabres, this is the second leg of a back-to-back for the Panthers. So you can't make the excuse that, oh, they're tired. Everyone's tired. 25 games in 50 days for almost the entire league, give or take 50 games. So everyone's going to be tired. Everyone is going to be worn out. Benny? Oh, I haven't seen him on the bench. I know he was very close to returning. Probably will return tomorrow night. I don't see him on the ice, though. I can't tell if he's on the bench. I'll have to wait and see on that one. But, folks, that was very impromptu. The broadcast is already in. We are underway here in the first period between the Sabres and Panthers. Sabres going from left to right here in this game. Last time the Sabres were in Florida, Florida got off to a really quick lead. 1 minute into the first period, they had scored. and the Sabres had to battle back from a 2-0 deficit. Gonna look not to do that here tonight. It's gonna have to start from good efforts from Tage Thompson. He springs the charge going forward. Tuck on the far side. There's been some contract extension news on Alex Tuck, so I'll let you guys know how that what that news is. Actually, we got a whistle now, so I'll tell you now. So Alex Tuck, apparently the Sabres are offering Tuck's camp right around 7-ish years for $8 million. Tuck's not going to take that, so it sounds like Tuck's going to leave in the summer. I don't think that should be too surprising to anyone, but that appears to be the case. Norris, Ostlund, and Doan are now on the ice here for this offensive zone faceoff. So it doesn't look like there's Benny. No Benny. Rodriguez, Reinhart, and Verhaeghe. They win the draw. They try to go up the near side boards. They do. Here comes Verhaeghe. He loses the puck at center to Doan. Doan will spring Norris going up the near side boards. Doan to the middle of the net. Doan was there. Couldn't bury it. 2-on-2 going back the other way. Nice chance early on for Buffalo. Verhaeghe pulling up. His trailer pass missed the mark. I think he fanned on the pass. And the puck will careen all the way back into the Florida zone. Great opportunity early on, though, for the Sabres. Ooh, that took a weird deflection off the boards. There's a fallen stick. All right, Sabres have a little bit of space here in their own zone. That pass through center misses the mark. And the Panthers now on the puck here in their own zone. Working it from the Diaz Ekblad, going near side for the Olympian, Sam Bennett, but one of his teammates crossed into the Sabres zone. Offsides. So there's a whistle. All right. Face-off coming out just outside the Sabres zone. Florida wins it. Again, that's a face-off problem. The Sabres are just never going to get over that, I see. Here's Vilmanis in the corner here for Florida. Can't get possession here. The fourth line. Both fourth lines out on the ice. Beck Malenstein just tripped a guy. This is going to be a call here against Buffalo. And it will be when they touch it up. Beck, you just can't do that. So Malenstein tried to use his speed there, but he takes the feed out from the defenseman. They go crashing into the boards. And Malenstein and the Sabres will be short-handed early on in this hockey game. Why are the fourth line? Just stop killing this team. Please. We can't get behind in the man advantage race because unlike New Jersey and Buffalo 2 nights ago, Florida's going to take advantage. They scored a power play goal in our second meeting, first one down in Florida, only a few games ago. Here's a quick off. Byram hit the ice kind of hard. He's back up quick. Puck now in the far corner. Tuck will spin around, gets it to the blue line, just out. Some pressure here from the defenders. McLeod was putting it on, but Florida evades him, and here comes Marchand to the net. Nice save by Lyon. Marchand plays it back to the point. Here's Balinskins. Balinskins takes the shot, deflected wide, and Tkachuk was planted out in front. Now Vilmanis to Reinhart in the buffer spot. Plays it down low, now back up top. There's another shot. Lyon didn't see that. The rebound sits in front. He makes the big pad save. They're still looking for it. Now he'll cover it up. It was right on top of his pads, I think. What's the goalie for the Sabres? Alex Lyon. The Lion King's in net right now. Yeah. Big, strong left pad there from Lyon. Sabres already under pressure. Florida having some good moves here early on in this power play. Make sure to like and subscribe, folks. We only got 3 of us in here. Hopefully more people join us. Kozak leaning in to take this draw. He wins it cleanly. Power gathers it below his goal line. He'll just send it down the boards and will go down the ice. So the Sabres can kill off some time. Minute to go here in this Florida power play. Balinskins drops it back to Marchand. Across to Reinhart on the entry. He'll cross that blue line. Now it gets caught on the near side boards. Marchand walks away from one Sabre player, plays it behind the net to Reinhart. Out wide and up top to Balinskins. Balinskins walks in, slides it across, doesn't take the shot. He'll give it to Tkachuk and get it back. Balinskins, another shot blocked by Kozak. Deflects off to the corner. Kozak can get to it and will clear it down the ice. Nope. Hits the curved glass and careens into the Panther bench. So never mind. So this face-off, I think, would stay in the Sabres zone. I think it will. It's a shame that Malenstein was errant with his stick, because we had a couple of good chances before that. Sabres got to keep working at this, just survive. Yeah, Justin, we just got to keep surviving. All right, face-off. Panthers win it. It'll come to the near side. Ekblad is there. He'll play it down low. Samuelson gets to it first. He's tied up there by Anton Lundell. Lundell still sitting on the boards. Now Florida digs it in front. Ekblad doesn't take the shot. Fires it. Saved by Lyon. Rebound goes to the corner. Now they'll play it back up top again. Ekblad slides it down low. Rodriguez, the former Sabre, hangs on to it. His pass tries to go through all the Sabres defensemen. He can't. Sabres, though, can't clear. Sits in the far corner now. McLeod will have an opportunity. It goes down the ice, and the Sabres have killed this one off. Good kill. Huge. That's a very important kill. Florida had some opportunities there. Quinn, be careful. Got to be careful not to take another penalty there. Here comes the Sabre. Oh! There's a shot from Vilmanis that goes right off the post. Right off the far post glove side there. It was kind of a broken play. Here's Jason Zucker trying to go through center. That pass missed and went right behind Quinn and leads into a turnover. Luosterainen in front. Good glove save by Lyon again. Sabres send it down the ice. What are we doing? Florida's all over Buffalo right now, folks. Sabres, good stand up at the blue line. Ostlund feeds it forward. Norris trying to go up the far side. He's got reinforcement from Ostlund. He'll play it out in front to Byram. Now to Doan. His shot right on. Tarasov makes the save. That's a good push there by Buffalo, but I want to see this. Well, they're going to show the Sabres opportunity first. But Doan, it was pretty. That's a point-blank opportunity. He's been kind of goal-shy recently. Looking at this Vilmanis opportunity earlier. Right off the far side, and then that was Greer going to the net. All right, offensive zone face-off lost by the Sabres. Florida sends it down the ice for an icing call against. So we got a whistle here with 14:51. There we go. Nope. Clock, stop moving. Alright, folks. Remember, like and sub and stuff. Alright, another face-off here. Sabres win it back to the point. Here's Byram walking it. Takes the shot, deflects wide of Tarasov. They'll get it right back up again. Kesselring slides it across. Byram, his shot deflected, but they couldn't get it on goal. There was a yawning cage sitting right there. Here's Ostlund. No space there on the far boards. And now Florida can take it the other way. Samoskevich to the net. Couldn't get a shot off. Using the speed there to get around the Sabres D-men. Here's Tkachuk now on the backhander trying to plow his way to the front of the net. He can't, but the Sabres can't clear. Here's Samoskevich with a... Whoa, we got a whistle. There is a shot, but I think they're going to call a high stick here. For touching the puck, not a penalty. Not a penalty. But there was Tkachuk. This Tkachuk's having a big impact on this game already. Oh yeah, Sam Bennett. He came right on through the crease and he just knocked it down with a high stick. That's what the ref, he blew play dead for. That's why. Good job, Justin. That's a good number. Good job. 14-11 to go here, folks. Shots in favor of the Panthers, 5-4. If you're just joining us right now. Well, Panthers win the draw. I'll get back to that in a sec. Mikula, the defenseman, jumping into the play. He'll dump it in. Dahlin now on the footboards. He'll play it through to the blue line, and now the Sabres may have a 2-on-1. Here comes McLeod up the right side. Slides it across. Just jumped over the stick of Zucker. He couldn't get enough on it. Now the Sabres with Verhaeghe. He's putting on some pressure. Playing it to the far corner. That missed everyone. Looking for Reinhardt on that play. Dahlin on his knees. He'll slap it to the point. Can't get it out. Florida playing it in behind the net. Verhaeghe's there. Met by Metza. Nice play by Metza. Touch it on through. Quinn. That play dies on a stick along the boards. Per the norm. Oh, we got a whistle here. Oh, there was an intentional offsides, I think, against Florida. So this will come all the way down into the Panther zone. But they're going to a commercial break, so you know what that means. Subscribe, folks. Subscribe. Live, what's happening? So the Sabres, it's been kind of an uneasy start so far for us. We need to play a little sharper. Their pressure is really getting to us at the moment, so GG, user GG, Owen Power's not good. You know, this is an interesting debate topic for the intermission between me and Cal. I've always been an Owen Power supporter. I understand why Cal's not an Owen Power supporter. He believes Power should be traded. But I definitely see why people get so frustrated with Owen Power, considering that Matt Schaefer exists. Some of these other number 1 overall picks. He hasn't made any gaffes so far tonight, I'll tell you that. So it could be a lot worse. We could have Tyler Myers in our top 4. By the way, have y'all been seeing those trade rumors with the Sabres and Tyler Myers? It doesn't seem like he wants to come to Buffalo, or Detroit for that matter. It seems more likely that he goes to Dallas or something. Open the door. But we're in a commercial break right now, folks. Scores still tied up at 0. There's not a ton of other games tonight, I don't think. I'll check at the first intermission. But last night, Boston, Detroit both won. Boston won in regulation. Detroit won in overtime, which they always seem to win in overtime, except when they play Buffalo. Montreal lost in overtime. See, this is what I hate about Atlantic Division teams. When they lose in overtime. It's so annoying. They're overtime merchants. Boston, Detroit, and Montreal. They're all OT merchants. But we have returned to play here. Face-off in the Panther zone, won by Florida. Justin, you're going to have to join the Discord and send us a pick. I'm curious. Good stick there by Tage to break up the play at the Sabres blue line. Sabres at the center ice here, trying to get it forward, but they'll be forced back here. Tongue-tied. Here's Samuelson shooting this one in. Terrelson came out to play it. Alex Tuck, though, left it in the corner. Sabres with a bit of room here at the point. Thompson, his low-flying shot, deflects off a skating to the corner. Can they get it out? Yes, they can. Florida does. Now they'll make some changes here. Samuelson going after this puck into the corner. Luosterainen all over him. But Sammy does a good job to get away from the pressure there. But we can't clear. Is that not out? Doesn't matter. We clear it here. Malenstein with speed up the near side. Malenstein backhander the net. Dunn was crashing hard to the crease. Couldn't get a stick on it. Now here's Greer on the puck. Greer, what a bum. He's an absolute bum. Sabres can't clear. There's a shot. Goes on net. Line makes the save. We got some scruff. Some scrums going on in front of the net here. Dahlin and another guy. Couldn't tell. Was that Cole Schwint? Cole Schwint? Schwint? Oh, that was Luke Cunnin. Yeah, Luke Cunnin. That was Luke Cunnin in front of the net, and Dahlin getting it mixed up a little bit. He touched the line, I guess, a little bit, and then Dahlin just said, "Nuh-uh, we're not the same old Sabres. You're not going to do that on us." And they get a little involved here. Crease comes off its moorings. But Let's not take a penalty here, Buffalo. I wonder... I hope the refs don't call. No, looks like we're all good. We remain at 5-on-5. No penalty issues. Alright. We're waiting the face-off here. Like and sub, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at you right there. Like and sub, yeah. Sabres win that face-off. Sammy behind his net. St. Samuelson. He'll play it forward. It's going to go all the way down the ice. Not far enough for an icing. It actually went on goal. Sabres trying to sweep it in front. They can't. Oh. Did we just commit another penalty? No, I don't think so. No, we're good. I saw a guy get tripped up there for the Panthers, but we're good. We're good. Don't worry. Petrie steps up. Can't get a lot of that. Doan sends it down the ice. Kesselring in first on the forecheck. Tkachuk, nice bump pass off the boards. Springs it forward. But, oh, is that not a trip himself? Okay. Samuelskevich. Okay. I guess the Sabres aren't going to get any calls. Osiris, what's happening? Nice to see you again. McLeod. Ooh, good pass to find Power. Power. Down low to Quinn. Quinn behind the net looking for McLeod. Just too far ahead of him. And now Florida can come forward. Here they come across the blue line. It was Rodriguez. Down low to Owen Power. Power. He goes away from the four checkers, but now he's kind of got loose in front of his net. Lucky he didn't turn the puck over there. He gets it forward. McLeod doesn't see any space up ice, so he'll circle back here. Sabres now making some line changes. Byram up the near side boards. He'll bank it off the glass. It goes just, whoa, took a weird bounce. Tarasov had to be careful with it. Now Krebs below the goal line trying to swing a pass in front. It goes off a loose stick, and now here comes a 4-on-2 for the Panthers. Walking to the middle, goes to the back post. Lyon makes the save on the slow-moving shot. But the danger is not ceased. Here's Ekblad. High slot. That shot deflects into the glove of Lyon. That was going in, too. And that'll bring up a whistle. Puck is bouncing a little weird. I wonder how warm it is inside that Florida arena right now. This puck is all over the place. Anyways, we have a face-off coming up here. Slowly approaching the halfway mark of this first period. Shots tied up at 7. Score as well. Fourth line out here for Buffalo. I mention that every time just in case they give up a goal. I've been hating on the fourth line for a hot second now. Here's Rasmus Dahlin. Forward to Dunn. He'll shoot it in. Goes to the far side. Sabres, they haven't had many high-quality opportunities. Nearly had one there. There's a centering pass. Now another one going between the stick and the skate each time of Kozak. He was in the right spot, just couldn't handle it. Now he gets a turnover here, walking to the front. Tarasov makes the save. Puck now in the corner. Dunn reaching for it. He's getting it to Kozak. Toe drag with a shot off the crossbar. The rebound sits in front. Tarasov pushed back a little bit. Dunn. Okay, the fourth line having a good shift. I'll give them that. A lot of bodies down on the ice right now. And now, whoa, this shootout attempt. Is this going straight out of play? Did that go out for a delay of game? No, I don't think so. Okay. And it looks like they're going to go to another commercial break. All right, I'm going to use this time. Let's see. Let's see the other games. Yes, sir. Let's go Sabres. Indeed, indeed. Let us see. Capitals and Golden Knights. We want the Golden Knights to win that game. And of the other games happening tonight, nothing that we care about. The rest are just Western Conference matchups. That's it. Let's see last night. Promise y'all, I tell you. So yeah, Boston beat Columbus 4-2. Islanders beat the Canadiens 4-3 in overtime. Detroit bested Ottawa 2-1, also in overtime. These Florida Panthers crushed the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-1. Pittsburgh beat New Jersey 4-1. The Hurricanes beat the Lightning 5-4. And the rest is just Western Conference stuff. Plus the Rangers-Flyers game. But those two teams are out of it. We don't care about them. So those are your game updates from last night, although if you have a phone and watch ESPN, I know they're crap, but even they should be able to tell you what happened last night. Or no, they'll just talk about the Lakers for the 300,000th time. Maybe they'll bring up Bronny James again. Just for the clicks. Just for the clicks. Those hacks. They're not real sports fans. They're not. Alright. Come on. They're showing Lindy talk right now. But yeah, he's talking about how Florida's desperate to get back into the playoff chase. And if the Sabres win, I think we're up 11 points on them. So that's a huge margin. Almost insurmountable, you'd say, with 23 games left after tonight. So we'll see. Face-off coming up here in the Florida zone. No penalty on that last clear-out attempt. Sabres get the possession off the draw. Here's a defenseman walking forward, taking the shot. Blocked by Doan. Rebound. Can't be taken out in front. And now Verhaeghe can walk away with it. That was knocked down with a high stick. And they'll whistle that dead because the Sabre touched it first. So a high stick called by the linesman there. We'll get a face-off. Bo Byerman, Evan Rodriguez doing some yapping right now. Oh, there's some hello. There's Josh Norris. Glad to see he's been able to survive 3 periods and counting. We're on a period tracker with hockey period tracker with Josh Norris right now. It's been kind of rough with him. Sabres, we won another faceoff, this time in our own zone. Quinn, forward to McLeod, slides it into the corner. Zucker is there, kicks it to his side. Finds Byram, who squeaked down from the point. Gets it to Quinn. Quinn, under pressure, just also shovels it back to the point. Power doesn't see any help with him. He'll just play it down low, but Sabres had 2 guys down below the goal line, no one in front. We got to communicate a little better, guys. Florida, with Samoskevich, shoots it into the Sabres zone. McLeod is there, and that slow roller just gets out. Gustav Forsling shoots it back in again. Florida finishing a change. The Sabres, same deal. Here's Power in his own zone. Saucers one over to his D partner, Byram. Now Byram looking for it. Pass deflects up and out of play. There's not been much space out here for the Sabres right now. Florida's doing all the little things right. They're still not fully healthy either. They're missing Seth Jones. Alex Barkov is a huge piece of that team. He's not playing tonight. Sergei Bobrovsky hasn't been very good this season. And depending on these next 5 to 10 games, Bill Zito's going to use that to decide whether to sell or not. Ooh, Tage! Ooh, trying to outweight the defenseman again. Couldn't. Great play by the defenseman for Florida. Watch out. Lyon just turned the puck over on the boards. Ekblad, his one-timer from the point, goes well wide. Now Thompson, he'll just scoop this one out. Ford nearly fed on the breakaway towards Krebs. Just jumped over his stick, though. Krebs in the far corner, has it, gets it to Tuck. Spinorama shot. Tarasov makes the save. He'll hold on for a whistle. Tage Thompson looking up at the scoreboard right now. That's a great play by Ekblad. Tage tried to pull the same move he used in New Jersey just a few nights ago. He had a makeshift 2-on-1, but Ekblad with a heroic effort there at the end. And speaking of quiet guys, there's Alex Tuck. Looking for a contract. Probably not going to come in Buffalo. Likely playing the last few months of his contract. No, he's not. He is. Most likely playing the last few months of his career in Buffalo, though. Sabres win a face-off here. Here's Norris. Quick shot. Deflects wide of Tarasov. Goes behind the net. They'll play it into the corner. Here's Norris again. Norris, nice burst of speed along the wall. Slides it down low to Ostlund. Rolls off his stick. They can't keep possession. Now Florida will skate out of the zone. With 3 across the Buffalo line. Here's Mikkola. Up the near side. He'll slap it down low. Finds Reinhardt. Back up top to Mikkola. He'll smack it back down there again. Right to whence he came. Oh, up the near wall. They're just playing hot potato right now. Eventually, it finds Balinskins at the point. There's a shot that gets through the line. He makes the save, though. Line got the better of him that time, so yay! Nice. That's cool. Oh, Rob Ray snorting into his microphone. Good to see. All right, Sabres get another face-off win here as we return to play. They smack it down the ice. Dunn in on the forecheck. Malenstein, good angle there on the defenseman's. Who's that? Sabrango? Donovan Sabrango? Don. That's a good name, Don. What you guys think? Here's Valminis, though, the other way. He blows a tire, though, along the boards. Sabres able to use that to get out of the zone, but not much farther. They're forced back here. Samuelson across to Metsa. Metsa forward. That puck just bounces right outside the Florida blue line before they pick it up again. Sabrango and Petrie, the D pairing out there right now. They get it. They work it up forward to Valminis. It goes right behind the net. Took a weird bounce in front. That's the third time I've said a weird bounce tonight. Here comes Buffalo again to the center ice and beyond. Byram! Oh, his pass went all the way through the crease. No one there, though, for Buffalo. Back to the line. McLeod across. Quinn couldn't handle that pass. And the Panthers can clear. Jack Quinn. I've said a lot about Jack Quinn. He's the same player tonight as he is here tonight. Not get any different for Withbro. Here comes Ekblad forward to Forsling. Forsling shoots it in. Finds Tkachuk. Tkachuk, his pass to the point. Gets picked off. Good back check, though, to steal it from McLeod. He was at the end of a shift, though. Now some light from the pretty disparate crowd of Florida. Here's Bennett. Takes the shot, trying to go short side. The line had to be alert. Rings around the boards. Here's Alex Tuck now with a little bit of speed. Crossing center ice. Takes the long-range shot. Tarasov with a decent save. Another shot from the point. Goes wide. Kesselring, good keep in here. Centers this one towards the middle. To Tuck again. He shoots one. Blocked in front by the defenseman. He gets up a little slow. I know. If there's one guy, again, to trade away, it's Jack Quinn. Here's Tage. Finds Tuck with a quick shot. Tarasov with the big pad save. Tuck probably could have fed it through to Krebs. He was sitting alone at the back post. But I think the defenseman blocked off his pass. But anyways, that puck goes out of play, and we have another commercial break, folks. But, Remy, again, we're not alone. A lot of Sabres Twitter is sick of Jack Quinn. I'm sick of Jack Quinn. I can't stand watching him. He puts the puck in the net. It's pretty good from time to time. He's a very streaky player. And when he's on, great. The problem is, he hasn't been on for like a month and a half now. And I get that we haven't had NHL hockey for 2.5 weeks. But even before that, he's been invisible for the last run of games. So I don't understand why Jack Quinn is on this team. I don't get why Adams signed him to a 2-year deal before the season started. I don't even know why, as recently as Wednesday, Quinn was on the first power play unit. Just doesn't make any sense to me. So if we can find a trade partner for him, fantastic. If we're forced to hold on to him, I guess. But I hope that we get stronger in the offseason. Because Jack Quinn there's just not a right fit for him in this lineup. He's not a forechecker, a dog that can slide in nicely on the third line. He's also not defensively responsible to be on either of the top 6 line, or in the top 6. Should we get him like some sticky glue for that blade? He happened to roll off a stick a whole lot. Yeah, some sticker tape. What's that stuff, that Gorilla Glue that baseball players used to use to cheat? We can get that and put it on a stick. That would be nice. Jack Quinn needs all the help he can get. All right, we return to play here as my internet continues to fluctuate in and out. That's just going to be the case all night. I'm not going to try to fight it. Face off here in the Florida zone. They win yet another one. Sabres retreat back to center ice here. Byram, puck on his stick. He hangs on to it, looking for an option for it. He's got one. in Josh Norris. Nice to see him still playing. 3.5 periods, and he's still healthy, so W. All right, Sabres go off sides here as they enter the Panther zone, so we get a whistle. 4:55 to go here in this first period, folks. Still no score. A lot of these games I expect, as we get into the dog days of the season, are going to be really low scoring, very tight defensive, playoff-like games, so this is the norm. Clive, I did reset my internet 2 hours ago. Yeah, 2 hours ago I reset it, and I may just have to call Spectrum tomorrow and be like, hey, jerks, stop it. Do your job. Good keeping by Oslin on the boards. He's been needing a goal for quite some time as well. I can't remember the last time he scored. Maybe it was Nashville over a month ago. Florida knocks this puck out of the zone, and the Panthers are going to change. Sabres will do the same. Wonder if Lindy were... I think he has. Didn't Lindy early in the season, Remy, talk about how he wanted more from Owen Power? He wanted him to be more physical. And if Lindy didn't do it, I'm sure Jarmo has probably said something to him. There's been rumors that Owen Power is not a Jarmo guy, and that if Owen Power didn't improve his game, Jarmo would ship him out. So maybe one or both, or one of the assistant coaches said something to OP. We've seen it's been slightly better between the first 20 games versus the next 20. But he was at fault, I would say, Owen Power, for that only goal in New Jersey against Buffalo on Wednesday night. Oh, there goes the internet again. Nice. 5.6 of my frames have been dropped. Cool. Just as people come on in. All right, we got another defensive zone draw here for Josh Dunn in this fourth line. Well, Remy, if you're looking for a deal like that, I don't know if you're going to get it in season. That's a lot of salary, especially for Owen Power. Here's an opportunity for Power in front of the net. Not for Power. Oh, nice. The Sabres just drew a penalty here.
I'm the kind of guy,
so we will be going to the power play.
If I sense you're on a power play,
it's going to be a hooking call.
You're out. I don't like
this.
Power
Is this
play
AJ
people.
Greer going to the box for a hook? So Buffalo and their very scary Seth Appert-led power play is going to get their first opportunity with the man advantage here tonight. But just looking at this penalty here, yeah, Greer blatantly reached under the gloves and the stick there of Dunn, yanked him back, clear as day kind of call. Sabres going to the power play for the first time here tonight. Let's see if they can even win the draw. It was okay. So when we win the draw, it just has to be illegal, right, refs? Really? It's just cruel. Robert Thomas for 2 first-round picks, Power, and prospects. I'm sure St. Louis would probably... That's actually a decent deal. Because the salaries would offset, I think. Oh, Sabres can't keep it in off the face-off win. Makes sense. Here's Dahlin. Ooh, look at him. Spin around from one defender at center ice. Gets it to Tage. Stick. And Florida can clear it down the ice. Yay! We still suck. All teams have to do is pressure the puck carrier, and these guys panic. They have no other options, and nobody moves to give them options. It's so fun. But no Quinn here on this power play. Doesn't stop the Sabres from turning the puck over again. Oh, but they kept it in the zone. Can you believe it? Here's Dahlin up top. Finds it out wide to Norris. Back up top to Dahlin again. Out wide. Norris with a one-timer. Forsling sat himself down to block that shot. The rebound sits in the corner. Sabres with possession. They'll quietly bank it to the point. Norris to Dahlin at the line. He'll flip it out wide to Tage. Back to Dahlin. Quick down low. To the far circle there for Dome. Back to Dahlin. His high one-timer gets saved by Tarasov. The rebound sat in the high slot for Tage, but he just whiffed and missed on the shot, and Florida can clear it down the ice. Byram now with the puck on a stick to Quinn. Yay! Quinn is on the second power play. We almost had our wish of him just not on the ice for anything. But here's Tuck trying to walk through to the front of the net. Puck rolls off his stick. Sabres under pressure in the corner. They'll flip it around. Tuck to the far side dot. Here's Quinn up top to Byram. Byram, quarterback in this second power play unit. Gets it out wide to McLeod. McLeod into the high slot. Tuck scores! His third shot of the game goes in. Sabres up by 1. Let's go. Let's go. That's going to be Alex Tuck's 23rd goal of the season. And the Sabres strike with the man advantage here. It's 1-0. So just looking at this, that was a flutterer of a shot. McLeod curled down from the top of the faceoff dot, just flipped it into the high slot. Tuck was camped out there, didn't have much space or time, and he just kind of quickly got it off his stick, reaching in front of him, and it fluttered into the top far side corner. Big goal here for Buffalo. They always fare much better when they have the lead. So that's huge. That is huge. 2:12 to go here in this first period, folks. With the Sabres striking. So that's big. That's a big, big goal. No, we're not paying Alex. Alex wants... I'll pay him $8 million. I'm not paying him 10. That's not happening. Here's Kesselring now on the puck after the goal. He'll flip it forward to Dunn. They drew the first penalty of the game. Maybe they can do it again. Malenstein reaching in. He's got to be careful. He already committed a penalty doing something like that earlier. Dunn knocking that puck down, keeping it in the Florida zone here. Malenstein with a good steal, trying to get it out in front, couldn't. He'll just shovel it around along the end boards for Dunn. Dunn puts it off the side of the net there. Kozak again banks it to the point. Quick shot blocked. Panthers trying to get it out. Oh, just about. It rolled off the stick of Kozak. I'll make sure to get you guys that goal information here promptly. Probably at the end of this period. So that fourth line group will go to the bench. Panthers getting harassed right now in their own zone. They'll finally slap it forward. Verhaeghe backhands it into the corner for Byram. Byram takes a peek over his shoulder. 1 minute remaining in this first period. Sabres get it forward. Sabres on the puck. Norris finds Byram. Byram around to Power. His pass deflects off a stick of a Florida Panther and out of play. Zachary, I want the Sabres. This is Sabres country. This is a Sabres channel. We want the Sabres winning. Sabres looking to snap their 14, maybe 15-year playoff drought. Tuck gets $10 million once we win the cup. If he scores big, shows us, proves it. Yeah, but Remy, it's not. I'm not thinking about just this season. I treat him as my own rental. If the Sabres go deep into the playoffs, great. He'll get a big bag in the offseason. Good for him. But I just have Skinner contract. A big reason why we can't pay Alex Tuck going forward is because we bought out Jeff Skinner. Why did we buy out Jeff Skinner? We signed him for 9 years at $8 million, or 8 years at $9 million. So, yeah, we don't want a repeat of that. Here's Tuck bouncing it in. It goes just wide of Tarasov into the far corner now. Tage with 24 seconds. The puck's just pinned on the boards, though, right now. Tuck whacks it forward. Krebs trying to slide it between the legs of Ekblad. Can't, gets it back again. Puck still loose in around the net. Tage is reaching for it. Nearly lifted the stick. Sabres eventually have to retreat. Tkachuk to Lundell. Lundell had his pocket picked. And now Tage, with 3 seconds left, he's not going to try to shoot. Yeah, there's a bunch of Panthers in front of him. And that's going to do it for this first period, folks. Sabres have a 1-goal lead courtesy of Alex Tuck. Sabres just not doing too much in that first period. It's a very solid, conservative effort from the boys. And they got a power play goal to show for it. 17 people in the chat. Thank you so much, folks, for joining me here tonight. Alex Tuck with the lone goal for Buffalo. I'm about to get you that goal information. Typing it out right now. All right. One guy down. Well, we can certainly talk trade ideas. But there's the goal. And I gotta get Cowan. All right. Sabres should trade for Jared McCann. You know, Cal really likes Jamie Oleksiak. I'm not a big Jared McCann guy. He's shooting out of his mind at the moment. And that price has got to be really big, right? That's got to be a huge price to pay. But anyways, let's get Cal. Information up on the board, folks. Oop. Let me make sure that the window is showing for the Sir. Give me 1 second. Now it's not even showing. What? Nope. Okay. It looks like my... Looks like it's all cropped and out of funk. Give me 1 second, Cal, alright? Gonna have to do this again. If this is how OBS is gonna be every time. For shame. For shame. Don't worry, folks. Cal is sitting there eagerly waiting. Y'all can see my screen now. There he is. He's smiling. He's happy. And folks, you gotta rate his mustache 1 out of 10. When should he shave it, if ever? Alrighty. Okay, Cal. I'm ready for you. Can't hear you. He's telling us to wait. How dare you make us wait? How dare you? Cal is smiling at us. All right, I'm gonna get off of him for a second. You guys don't need to see this. As we wait for Cal to get in, don't worry, he's there. You can see the goal information up on the board. Alex Tuck, his 23rd of the season, assisted by Ryan McLeod and Bo Byram. So that was a power play goal. We got 16 people in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Victor, what's going on? Oh. Can you hear me? Cal? Oh, Cal is out. Okay. We're on the struggle bus right now. All right. So we're waiting while we get Cal set up there. Looks like my internet's all screwy. That's cool. Cal can't shave his mustache until the Sabres win the cup. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, here we go. Try it again. Oh, good. All right, Cal, can you hear me? Cal? Anyone? Nope, he's gone again. Shoot. All right, Cal, keep coming in and out. We'll see. I need a mustache. I can't grow a mustache. I've tried multiple times. I can't grow a mustache. Oops. I was on the wrong screen. Florida's not up 1-0. Sabres are. Yeah, it was a really solid period. While I wait for Cal, hopefully he's able to get something sorted out. I'm gonna text him. Oh, we got 12 people. McLeod's been on a kind of a goal streak, or goal drought. He's only got, how many he's got? 11? He had 20 last season. Looks like Cal's Discord won't let him unmute. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that was a great pass. Well, that was also a really good catch and release from Tucky. That was a great catch and release. Like I said a few minutes ago, he didn't have much time. He just kind of quickly released it. Ivan Rodriguez was bearing down on him as well. All right, we'll get... Oh, no, not...
Oh. All right, there we go.
All right, Cal, there we go. We can hear you, Cal. All right, let's get him on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. Beautiful. Cal's microphone was trying to harass him there. It's okay, though. He's with us now. Cal, what are your big thoughts there on the first period?
Yeah, first period looked good. You could tell Florida played last night. They're a little bit sluggish. The Sabres, especially the fourth line, taking advantage of that, using their physicality, their speed. Unfortunately, Beck Malenstein gets called for that early penalty, and the Sabres penalty kill has to show why they're among the best in the league early on. Sabres weather the storm. The power play starts off like any other, but second line power play, they mixed up the lines a little bit, and it worked out. Ryan McLeod, a very, very nice pass to find Alex Tuch, who on his third shot of the game finds the back of the net. Nice bar down there, and that certainly will raise his value going into the trade deadline and quickly into contract negotiations at the end of the season. So a good goal for Alex Tuch. They're going to have to keep playing hard. We know this Florida team is very physical, very fast, and very good at the forecheck. So you're going to have to get under their skin and hope that Florida kind of overcorrects a little bit too much. That should leave them with some odd man rushes in the second and especially the third period if they continue to have the lead.
Yeah, for sure. And we can talk a little bit about the power play. We've been railing on it for forever now. Would you account that goal to Seth Apperton as just sheer brilliance or just some individual luck or maybe some individual skill?
Yeah, definitely individual luck / skill. We've harped on this for so long now. It is clearly the power play that just cannot do anything right. And finally, Ryan McLeod said, you know what, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to take the puck in. Good job by Alex Tuch finding it in the middle of the ice, a little bit of an open patch, but all the credit on that goes to McLeod being able to backhand saucer that to Alex Tuch. He just did the rest and picked the corner against a backup goalie, which is nice to see. But definitely a good goal, something to monitor. Maybe the power play can use this as momentum. I know it's not the first group, so probably not. But hey, any goal is a good goal, and we'll see where this takes them the rest of the season on the power play. Maybe this is a step in the right direction.
Cal, this is not a Sabres question, more of a personal one that Victor was posed in chat. He says, don't be in such a hurry to grow facial hair, Don. Some woman will love the smooth baby faces. Do I have a smooth baby face, Cal? Is that like a bad thing, or?
I'm not one to say on that personally. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question entirely, but what I will say is that the Buffalo Bandits are on right now too, and I think that is more important than any of this.
Okay. Well, I haven't watched any Bandits games. Has it been a decent season? I know we've kind of fallen off a little bit. We had a few losses.
No, they've kind of been they've been playing pretty bad this season. They can't hold leads anymore. I'm taking a look right now. I think they just got scored on. I'm only watching it for the next couple minutes until the Sabres are back on. But yeah, they haven't been all that good this year. It seems the Sabres have kind of taken a little bit from the Bandits, a little bit from the Bills, and have managed to become a somewhat respectable team. Bandits up on Saskatchewan 4-2 right now in the first.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. If there's any adjustments the Sabres may have to make to their game going into the second period, what would that be?
Just be a little bit quicker in the defensive end. We saw a couple early on in that game. You cannot be fooling around with the puck in your own end against this forecheck. They just got to make sure they're clearing the puck, not letting players in behind the defenseman. Lyon already had to bail him out twice, and Florida hit the crossbar on one of said turnovers. So that's something to monitor. But other than that, I think the Sabres are looking in pretty good shape this game. They just got to continue to outplay the Panthers in the speed category and effort category.
Yeah.
We saw Matthew Tkachuk already getting into it with Bowen Byram. Expect more of that. This team is a little bit dirty. So if this lead continues, Florida's going to do everything they can to get under the Sabres' skin.
Kale, I think you're going to need, this is not totally related to that, but Strength Cape has brought up a really cool concept that I think maybe you should try. He's got a picture of Beck Malenstein on his table. Besides his, is that his bedroom? Buddha? I don't know. Besides Buddha, besides his Buddha, like in the religion sort of Buddha? I don't know. I'm not using my...
I see. I mean, yeah, Beck Malenstein's an interesting player, right? He provides you with speed, he provides you with physicality, but once in a while he's going to make the bonehead play, and that can kind of be said about the entire fourth line, right? The effort is there. They're getting the puck in the right spot. It's just like, they had a little bit more talent. The amount of goals they could score, the amount of good looks that they, based on effort alone, give themselves. It's just that lack of talent that's really been killing them this season. But it is good to see that the fourth line looks significantly better already tonight than they did one game prior, where we were immediately harping on them. Tyson Kozak especially. I think he's played a much better game so far.
Well, I would say there's a reason why they're in the fourth line. You say, oh, wish they had a little more skill. Well, if they did, they wouldn't be there playing 5 minutes a game. But Cal, let's shift now to Alex Lyon. You mentioned he bailed us out a couple of times. Where has this played the entire season? Not just now, but even going back to earlier in the year where the Sabres weren't winning much, he was still bailing this team out. Did you expect any of this sort of revelatory kind of play from him?
Not at all before the season. I don't think anyone really saw this kind of play from Alex Lyon, but I immediately jumped on his bandwagon about 10 games into the season. I said he was the only reason that the Sabres would make the playoffs. He was the only reason they were in games for the first 25 games of the season. He's looked like this, and he's been consistent the entire season. I don't think he's had really a bad game, maybe one or two, but he has just been a rock back there. And with UPL looking how he did last game, if this duo can continue to stay hot, there's really nothing that can stop the Sabres team. Just a couple of, good trades away from really being a Stanley Cup contending team, which is crazy to say. But, Jarmo cannot sit on his hands, because this team, sure, can they make the playoffs? Yes, but are we really going to go to the playoffs if we're this close to being a Stanley Cup caliber team? I feel like you kind of got to go for it this year. You have a young group, an eager group. There's a little bit of magic brewing here, and you got the goaltending to do it. Can they get a player or two at the deadline to put them up in that next tier to really contend for the cup? That is where I am going to be focusing on these next, not even weeks, the next week, because the trade deadline is coming up very quick in the beginning of March. So it's going to be a very exciting time for Sabres fans. I'm still sticking with my prediction. I think we see 3 trades, 1 AHL trade, 1 defense trade, and one unexpected big move from Jarmo.
Well, I don't know if you listen to the Elliot Freeman podcast. I think it came out today. Yeah, I think it was earlier today. And he was talking about how the Sabres are likely to treat Alex Tuch as our own rental, which is something we've been talking about here on the channel for quite some time. That's probably the right move here for this team. Don't subtract, just add. And he also brought up that one trade deadline where Jarmo went all in, where he said, look, Columbus hasn't been here in a long time. We don't have many cracks at this. We're going to throw everything at the board and just win a couple rounds, maybe get to the cup. Is that the sort of attitude you expect from Jarmo next Friday?
Not to that extent, because I think Buffalo has a little bit better core right now. And I think if you look at the salary cap, Jarmo knows that big splash in Columbus did ultimately set them up for failure in the long run. So I don't think he's as crazy, but I think that certainly has the potential to become very close to what he did in Columbus. And I don't know, again, the voices in that front office, we don't know them, right? They're brand new as far as like a month ago, right? He brought in brand new voices in the front office. I don't know if they're all going to be on the same page, but if they are, they might just be enough to push Jarmo over the edge to make some crazy moves. And I think he certainly has potential to do so, unlike his previous guy, Kevin Adams, who we'd be expecting maybe one minor or AHL trade at the deadline, and for the Sabres to probably miss the playoffs. But now we are all filled with hope, and this team looks good.
Speaking of Kevin Adams, his biggest trade before getting shipped out, I'd still count this as his biggest trade, bigger than the Peterka one. His Dylan Cousins move for Josh Norris. I'm just looked at my phone while you were talking there, not because I just hate you and I'm disinterested in what you're saying, but because I saw something really interesting. And it's apparently a rumor that Dylan Cousins may be a trade deadline chip again. Have you seen any of that? Are you aware that Cousins could be on the move? It probably doesn't happen, but could you imagine?
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but Ottawa looks to be in a spot where they probably are going to miss the playoffs. They'd have to go on a serious run. So with that being said, maybe they look to trade a guy like Dylan Cousins. Again, he's under contract for a long time. It's not a ton of money, but it's a good amount of money, and it's enough money for a team that isn't going to make the playoffs to want to unload and kind of retool. The same could kind of be said, like we were saying about a Josh Norris, not at the deadline, but probably after the season if the injuries continue. But I think Dylan Cousins could be on the market. Do I think he goes back to the Sabres? Absolutely not. I think we can agree on that. But maybe a team takes a swing at him. They'd probably have to retain a little bit or do what the Sabres did in the first place and find a guy that has a similar term. But if you're going to do that, you might as well just keep a guy like Dylan Cousins. I know he certainly hasn't been all that the Senators wanted him to be, and I wish nothing but the best for Dylan Cousins. He has provided a lot of good moments here in Buffalo, and watching him come up through the ranks was always fun. And I'll never forget that Heritage game against the Leafs where he dropped the gloves, got kicked out, and was standing next to Pagula watching the rest of the game. So nothing but the best for Dylan Cousins. And if he does get traded, hopefully it's out west and he turns into the next Wayne Gretzky.
Oh yeah, for sure. Kale, we got a few more seconds. Anything else you'd like to say before you head out?
I think that's going to be it. I will see you guys for the second intermission, hopefully still in the lead.
Hopefully. That was Kale, ladies and gentlemen. He's been joining us for each and every one of these fun little Discord calls. He just hops on in, he runs upstairs. He's watching the game just like all of you, and he's watching this stream. So it's always nice to have him on and chit-chat. But we are about to get back underway here. I will get the timer correct. It's going to be the second period. We got a few more minutes, or a few more seconds. The NHL app says we should be getting up and running here in a moment or two. But shots in favor of the Sabres, 15-10. Again, if you're just tuning in now, Alex Tuch with the lone separating goal between the Sabres and Panthers teams here tonight. It was a power play goal, very nicely set up there from Ryan McLeod and company. And we got 15 people. Make sure, like and subscribe. I'm going to check how many likes we have right now. If we're not into the double digits here, I'm talking 10 likes, then your boy's going to be very, very sad. I'm going to be very sad. I'm going to guilt trip you guys. I'm going to guilt trip y'all. Let's see here. This is your last chance. Haven't clicked on it yet. Here we go. I'm waiting. 8? 2 of you. Who are you? Who are you imposters, you 2 of you? How dare you not do anything? Wow. Oh, we got 9. Okay. Better see 10 in a second. Maybe it is 10. But, whew. All right, we're about to get back here, folks. Both teams are on the ice. Hopefully the Sabres can build off of what they did late on in that first period. It wasn't even a bad first period, by the way. Kind of slow. That's always how Florida's played. And here are the Sabres again. And on the forecheck very early on. First line out there for Buffalo. Tage locked up with Ekblad behind the net. Now comes to the near side corner. Tage, puck on a stick, just kind of holds, fires into an open wing. Power leaks down from the point. Or that's Dahlin, excuse me. Dahlin just looks, try to go towards the net. Deflects off a Panther. Samuelson goes halfway up the wall. Now he'll get it back again. That was a high riser. Well over the target, though, and comes back down the ice. Playoff stash? Yeah. Maybe I grow out the playoff stash. We'll see. McLeod, 28 points in his last 30 games. Really? Is that serious? How many of those are assists? Like 26 assists and 2 goals? Bennett trying to go down the right side. Nice play by Tkachuk to walk between the couple of Sabres players. Sends it back towards Bennett. Bennett, he's got some space right up in the blue line. Couldn't get forward, though. He kind of slipped. Bennett again, stick handling high up in the zone. Goes cross ice. Now into the high slot. That shot blocked by Jason Zucker, and they can come back the other way. Here's Jason Zucker across that blue line. Out wide to McLeod. McLeod on the backhander. Still with the puck on a stick. Trying to center this one. Can't. Trips a guy. Is that going to be a call here? Doesn't appear so. Here's Samoskevich the other way. Down into the Sabres corner. Around behind the net. Puck still on a stick. Holds. Now he'll fire. Goes well wide of line. Now the puck is up for grabs here in the corner. Tkachuk at the end of the shift says, nah, I'm good. And now Zucker can freely knock this one into the zone, but they're calling icing on the Sabres? Zucker is appealing the call. What the hell was that icing call? That was not ice. They're claiming it didn't make the line, which I call BS because he definitely did. We'll see here. I guess he's a little before the line, but they usually give the players a little bit of grace. So, anywho, not going to win that battle. Face-off here, won by the Panthers. Ekblad walks to the middle of the ice. His slapper straight into the glove of Lyon. There was no traffic in front of him, so pretty routine for him. Why might take you more serious if you grew the mustache? Wow, you don't take me seriously. Okay. Look, if I try to do the mustache, I'm going to look like a pedophile. I'm going to look like I was on Jeff Epstein's island. I'm not doing that. I don't want that to be my image, okay? I'd rather be a baby face until I can just do it, all right? Like, I'm not my brother. My brother, he's got a nice thick mustache. I don't do that. I can't. Just incapable for me right now. Here are the Sabres, though, in the offensive zone. That quick shot. Blocked away by Tarasov. Dahlin at the point. I don't know what he was trying to do there, but he turns it over. And here comes Florida with numbers walking towards the middle. Good stick there by a couple of Sabres players, and now we can skate back with it. Here comes Kesselring leading the charge to Ostlund. Finds it back inside. Kesselring is backhander right on goal. Tarasov makes the save. And now Kesselring gets involved with Verhaeghe as he goes back to the bench. You're the biggest fan of the Buffalo Sabres? Nice. Justin, I'm so glad. Victor, no, I'm offended. I'm offended, Victor. No joking. You're not joking. I'm offended. That's it. End of conversation. I'm done. I'm off the stream. I'm done. No. I'm not doing that. I'm not tolerating that. No! That's me you're talking about. That's me. How dare you? Kidding. All right. Off that face-off. Sabres get it towards the crease. Tarasov alert to the task. He will cover that puck up. And if anyone's wondering, I think Benson is probably going to play tomorrow night against Tampa, which we need him. We desperately need him. Here's Sabres off the faceoff win. Samuelson sends that pass right through the crease. Comes all the way back out to Mensah with a shot. I think that hit Tarasov on the chest. And now Florida can clear it into the Sabres zone. Here's Krebs right onto it. Gets it. And now the Sabres can have a 2-on-1. No, it's going to be called a hand pass. So they're going to call that a hand pass. If not, the Sabres would have had a 2-on-1 going across that Florida blue line. Tage is questioning the lineman. That's a couple of questionable calls now coming from these refs. Sabres at the short end of that stick. You got 16 people in the chat. Make sure folks like and sub. Florida trying to push here. They win that draw, shoot it into the Sabres zone. Comes right to the near side board. Sabres get to it. They flip it forward. Just got that pass intended for Ballantyne. Intercepted. Now Florida going through center again. Panthers will chip it in here. Line comes out, rings it around the boards. Not very far, though. Goes right into the corner. Ooh, there was a shot from Valmanis. Right on. Lyon will hold on. So we got a whistle here. 16:38 to go in this second period. 1-0 Buffalo. Third line out here for Buffalo. McLeod, Zucker, Quinn. Waiting for this puck to be dropped right now. Face off to the left of Lyon in the Sabres zone. McLeod wins the draw. Power shoots it off the glass, gets it out. Zucker can't handle it, though. Florida will shoot it right back in again. Here's some pressure now. Nice move from Power to get away from one. Still can't get away. He couldn't get a clean pass off. He'll just ring it around the boards, and now the Sabres have some speed. 2-on-1. McLeod fumbling with it. McLeod! Oh, he was confident to just shoot the puck. 2-on-1 broken up there. Florida nearly had a 2-on-1 going the other way, but Power got back just in time. And now he gets crashed down hard into the boards. No call from the refs. Here comes Zucker again with speed, trying to undress the defenseman Forsling. Nice pass from Zucker towards the middle. Can't find a maker. McLeod will just send the loose puck around to Quinn. Down low towards Dahlin. Near side wall. He'll find McLeod towards the net. Zucker was there. Good save by Tarasov. Zucker got to his spot and just couldn't chip it around any of the arms. Quinn now to the point. Finds an option with Dahlin out wide. To Power, his shot got blocked before it could get through. Good stick there from the Panther defenseman. And now Florida will just chip it out of the zone. Good shift there from the third line. Nice opportunities. Just unfortunate not to get anything to go. Here's Norris now. Far side with some space! Somehow the Sabres can't finish it. Now Norris in front. Puck just rolls off his stick. And now what do we have here? We got a cut Florida Panther right now. Tarasov is also kind of hurt. We got whistles galore. Sabres had the puck one-on-one with the goalie in front. So Gustav Forsling maybe have gotten a stick up high. He crashed down to the ice to make that defensive play. Ooh, it was a skate. Ooh, that was a skate. From Samuelsson. That comes right through and slices Forsling along the side of the face. May have caught a piece of... Looks like Samuelson's stick caught a piece of Tarasov. Part of his skate caught Forsling as he went through to the net. So the Sabres, nonetheless, looking very aggressive here with a good couple of opportunities. Looks like Forsling, he's cut on the inside of his mouth. Looks to be okay. Thank goodness it's not his neck or anything. We saw, unfortunately, what happened to... actually, that was Forsling's own stick getting underneath the mask of Tarasov. But, okay. Anywho, we got really close to making it a 2-goal game. Of the 14 people watching here, what are the odds? Someone is familiar with the name Neil Sedaka? Is that an old-time Sabre? I've never heard of Neil Sedaka. Who is that? All right, 5:14 to go in the second period. Thompson leans into that face-off. He'll throw it out of the zone. Here's Samuelsson in his own, deep in their own zone. For Florida, back to their forecheck here. Dahlin now can't handle that pass, trying to block off the centering pass. He kind of does. Florida just plays it to the corner. Dahlin takes a spill, trying to get Rodriguez off the puck. He does. And now Tage with some speed going up ice. He has a man to the outside. Krebs trying to go back across ice. He was looking for Tuck. That pass was blocked off. Here's Lundell. Lundell turning it over as he tried to clear the zone. Tuck will flip it down low to Tage. Here's Thompson. Thompson spinning around, sends it past to the point. Power doesn't take the shot. Now he will. That shot deflects into the glove of Tarasov for a whistle. $14:18 to go here in the second period. Sabres pushing very hard for that second goal. He's a singer. Oh. Yeah, that tells you how much I know. I listen to a little bit of old-timer music. I don't know if you guys know who King Crimson is. That's In the Court of the Crimson King is a sick record. Strength cape. Nice. The Neil Sedaka. There's a long shoot in into the Buffalo zone. Ekblad, nice touch pass. He sends a pass towards the net. Line makes the save. Line, though, paid attention all the way through. Makes the easy save, and we are going to a commercial break. Not me, just MSG. So there's your subscribe screen. Oh, he passed today. Wow. Yeah, King Crimson. I listened to that one, and I listened to Starless. Those are the only two. I know King Crimson have made a ton of records, but they just weren't the same after the one guy in Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Lake. when he left. They just weren't the same, King Crimson. But you can't see them right now, but I have a ton of records here, a bunch of oldies. I just got the new Gorillaz album on vinyl today, so that was cool. OMG, if you know King Crimson, surely I don't know Neil Sedaka. What kind of music did he make? Was he in that same realm as proggy rock, or is he more of a folk country singer, or what? I know who James Taylor is. I know a bit of old music. Throw me out a name, not Neil Sedaka. What's your go-to genre if you have one? Probably alternative rock. Yeah. I like my Strokes, Gorillaz, Geese is big right now. They're really good. Jordy Griep is fantastic. What else? Who else? I do a little bit of rap. Not too much, though. I don't get into all the popular, like, Future. Future sucks. Future is not a good artist. I'll watch him on YouTube, yeah. When I get done with this, I'll watch him, sure. I'll give him a shout. But anyways, we have returned to play, folks. See, I like that, talking about music. Artists, you know? I always love listening to new stuff, though. I love trying out new stuff. New, funky, cool. Ooh, there's a good turnover. Oh, ESPN Plus, there we go. Breaking Up is hard to do. I feel like I've heard that song before. Maybe I've listened to it before, maybe. All right, Sabres looking to break it out. They got 3-on-2 going across the Panthers' blue line. Walking towards the middle is Quinn with a shot. That shot deflected off a Panthers skating wide. Now it goes to the point, and they'll slide it around to the point again. Zucker with a shot. He was trying to redirect it off the stick of Quinn. He was in front. Couldn't get it. Clean contact, though. Buffalo's a cool place. Thank you, Nathan, for joining us here tonight. Unfortunately, your Blues team are not very good this year, but please give us Robert Thomas. We'd greatly appreciate that. All right, I'm going to refresh my ESPN. Nice. Yeah, see. Okay. Nope. All right. 12:59 to go here in this second period. Looking at Samuelson. Ooh, throwing a nice check on Sam Reinhart there. I love Sammy being all physical and a big burly defenseman this season. Bro has been such a rock star. He heard all the criticism about his game in the offseason, and he's been fantastic this year. Face off at center. Sabres will win it and shoot it into the Panthers zone. Here's Ekblad trying to create a breakout there. He eventually does. Here's Buffalo, though, on their own at center ice now. They'll meander their way up. Ooh, that touch pass for Krebs just outside of his reach. Alex Tuch trying to slide that one down low. He can't. Florida looking to break four. Nearly had the 2-on-1 going the other way, but Buffalo breaks that play up. Tkachuk, good forecheck, though, on Byram. And clear. Now the Sabres will in the second try, and here comes Buffalo on the quick pass. Tuch to Krebs out wide. That pass intended for Byram off the mark, and here comes a 2-on-1 for the other way for the Panthers. Tkachuk with a shot. Blockered away by Lyon. Good save by him. Good back check as well by Krebs. He turned the puck over with one too many passes, but good job to break up that 2-on-1. I'll save my Blues criticism for now. Panthers have the puck here in the Sabres zone. Bennett on the far boards. Tage draped all over Bennett, trying to steal that puck away from him. Bennett will just play it into the corner. Looking for Reinhart. Nice play by Byram to get it away from him. And now the Sabres looking for the stretch pass, but Tage just outside of his reach, and I think he was offsides as well. Blues are horrible this year. Yeah, so you guys, are asking a lot, and I get that Robert Thomas is a franchise center, but he's not a legit franchise center. He's a really good first liner. I don't know if he's a franchise. He's a really good first liner, above average, and you're asking for like 3 firsts. Is that really the market nowadays? We'll give you Owen Power. Make the salary work. I know you guys have a bunch of defensemen. I don't know. If you guys were smart, you would trade away Justin Falk next week. Justin Falk needs to go from St. Louis. There's a Florida pass that goes deflecting in front. Now the Sabres can break away the other way. Dunn shoots it in, rings it around to the far side. Kozak leaning into that puck. He'll slide it down low. Now the Sabres trying to cause a turnover in front. They lift a couple sticks. They keep it in the Florida zone for just a moment. Puck just stays in there. Here's Malenstein into the corner. Bangs away with the defenseman Petrie. Dahlin open at the point there. They just couldn't get the puck to him. And now Florida can skate away with it. And watch out. They're going to try to bank it off the boards. No icing. It goes right to the front of the net. Kunin with that got shut down by Lyon. Danger remains alive here. Here's Ekblad looking in front. Of the direction just goes wide of Lyon. And now the Sabres can clear their zone. Clear your lines, boys. So the Sabres nearly got caught there with the bounce off the end boards. Ooh, we got a Sabre kind of slow getting up right now. Wonder who that is. Alex Steen. I remember when he was a player. I wanted the Sabres to trade for him for such a long time. Here's Reinhart. With the puck in the Sabre zone, ringing around the zone. He'll leave it there, and his shot goes straight into the glove of Lyon. We got a bunch of quick whistles here. I'm not sure for what. Looks like Malenstein was getting involved with someone. But looking at this last opportunity from Kunin. Do you guys not like Dougie Armstrong? I thought he was good for a while. He got you that Stanley Cup. The amount of things that I do for a Sabre Stanley Cup. Oh. Looks like Buffalo's actually getting called for too many men. Oh, God. Come on. The whole bench is just standing up with their arms stretched out wide. Like, what are we doing here? So it's going to be the second straight game where the Sabres are called or nailed for a too many men call. Florida's going to get their second power play opportunity of the game. We'll see on the replay whether or not that's a valid call. Oslin's not, he's barely off the bench. Let's see here. 1, 2, Sabres haven't touched the puck. Oh, that's a really bad call from the refs. That is a really bad call. Oslin is within 5 feet of the bench right there. He just took a step onto the ice. How is that a too many men? I have seen too many men's. I've seen chances where teams have 7 guys on the ice and don't get called for that crap. That is a really ticky-tack call by the refs. They're trying to get Florida back into this game. That is a disgusting call. Here's Reinhart, though. Panthers won the faceoff and stuff. They have things set up in the Sabre zone. On the far side. Unbelievable. The refs have been against us all this period. Marchand down low to Tkachuk. Far side. Verhaeghe. His shot. Saved by Lyon. Sabres get to the rebound. Tuck now with the puck. Space and speed. And he will send it down the ice. $1:20 to go here on this Florida power play. Tkachuk across the Sabres blue line. Banks it to the point for Ekblad. Ekblad up top. Ekblad to Tkachuk down low. Well, he was trying to go down low, but that pass was deflected by a good stick from Sammy. And will go up and out of play. That's a really bad call, though, from the refs. That is not a too many men. I hope we get a shorthanded goal. That was just that. I don't know if any of you guys are actually watching the game or you're doing one of those things. You watch the game, but you listen to me. That's a terrible call. You look at the replay. It wasn't too many men. Oh, watch out! There may be a break here. On cue, Malenstein trying to cut his way to the net. He gets taken down. No call. But now Malenstein's got to get up. They won't let him up. Now the Sabres have 3. Back in their own zone. Malenstein's got to catch up. Tkachuk centers this one. Marchand shot partially blocked by Power to the corner. They try to get it to the point. Forsling, the puck just jumps over his stick and gets out of the zone. Here's Reinhart. Out wide to Tkachuk. Inside to Reinhart. Can't handle the pass. It goes under the stick of McLeod and back to the point. Forsling with a shot. Rebound sits in front. Great initial save by Lyon. He gets on top of the second one. Kesselring takes an awkward shove into the boards. And it doesn't matter. He clears it. I hope Florida, it's still really early and it's a one-goal game. A lot of things can happen. 13 seconds remaining on this power play. Florida entering the zone. They go into the far corner. They ring it around the boards back to Samoskevich, to Forsling. Far side, that shot goes off the boot of a Sabre and out of play. 1 second remains on this power play. Looking at this most recent opportunity from Beck Malenstein. He was trying to cut towards the crease, but the defenseman gets a stick up in its midsection. The ref staring at it says, nah, screw you. We're going to be massive Florida homers tonight. And thus they are. It's so adorable how nice they are to Florida. I'm so happy for them. Good for them. Good for them. Sabres, 1 second. And the Sabres kill it. There was a quick shot right off the faceoff. Sabres quickly will slap this puck down the ice. Quinn is there, centers this one. There's a quick shot. Just goes wide. The rebound nearly bounced out in front. Now it does again. Here's a shot. Rebound. Oh! It goes up and out of play. What a chance for Tage Thompson at the side of the net. A couple of opportunities. To be quite honest, I'm not sure how it's not 2-0. Wow. But make sure, folks, if you are new, to hit that like button and subscribe. Okay, we are in a commercial break right now. I want to see a replay of this most recent opportunity from McLeod, from Quinn, from Tage. I don't know how this puck isn't in the net. Tarasov with some good goaltending, I guess. I can't get these Gorilla songs out of my head, folks. If you don't know who Gorillas are, great band. Can't recommend them enough. We got a couple new subscribers. Love that. Let's see. Let's update the number. Let's update the number. Let's update the number. Number. What do we got here? Okay. 3 new subscribers. Thank you to whoever just subscribed. If you guys subscribed and your subscriptions are in public, you won't pop up on my screen. Please tell me in the chat. I'd love to give you. Always appreciate when a new member joins Buffalo Sports Center, this community. But we got 16 people. Folks, if you're just joining us now, we are in a commercial break. Sabres coming very close to doubling their advantage in Florida. We're waiting to see this. We're waiting to see this replay, I guess. We'll see. We shall see. All right, now we return to play. So Alex Tuch's power play goal continues to separate these two teams. But folks, let's get 3 more subs. Let's get to what are we at? 3365. Yeah, let's get to 3365. Come on, folks. Let's do it. Let's do it. Nathan, thank you so much. Guys, can we get some hype in the chat for Nathan? Nathan, thank you so much for subscribing. I know you're not a Sabres fan, but if you ever feel the need and you want to support Buffalo and want to make this your team, your temporary team, because the Blues suck, always here for you, man. Except in 2 weeks. I'm going on vacation. All right, offensive zone faceoff. Florida wins it. They'll smack it down the ice. Metza in on the chase. He'll ring it around the board. Sabres just touch it out to center ice, and good play there by a couple of Sabres. Here's Dahlin going to the outside, looking bad him. Norris with a decent keeping at the blue line. Here's Doe nearly spinning his way towards Tarasov. He's only going to get as far as the corner here before Ostlund centers this one. Norris with a quick one-timer right on. And Metza can't keep it. He'll just slide it across the Dahlin at center ice. Dahlin plays it quick up towards Krebs. Krebs to Tuch, trying to go back post. Just missed the stick of Krebs. And now the Panthers back towards center. Tkachuk trying to take the shot. That's blocked. Yes, Nathan's over heroes. Here's Power. His pass gets deflected by a Panther into the Sabres bench. So that'll be out of play. looking at this most recent opportunity, Norris with that one-timer, just a little off the face-off dot there. We got to beat Tarasov. The Sabres have been by far the better team in this second period. We are grinding Florida down to a fine dust right now. Be really unfair for them to tie this game up. Here's Power behind his own net. Plays it forward towards Talk into the Florida corner for Krebs. He'll hold on to the puck there. Can't find Tage. Tage, well, is the man on him, tripped and fell down. No call from the refs. Good. Really? I haven't been to Burger King, though, in a long time, so not too surprising. Looks like Florida walk into the net. They drew another penalty. The refs they're just homers at this point. Kesselring is going to go to the box for a hook. Let's see here. Okay, that's not a hook! So Kesselring just kind of got a stick up into the hands of Bennett. Didn't really do anything to Bennett, but the ref is feeling a little soft tonight. He's feeling a little pink inside and wants to even things out. He knows Buffalo has been dominating this period and wants to make sure, let's give Florida every opportunity we can for them to win. And Lindy Ruff's kind of yapping right now. No surprise. So Florida's going to get their third power play opportunity here of the evening. Just can't get any rhythm. Here's Marchand right off the faceoff win. His shot was blocked. Rebound goes right out in front and score. It's Matt Tkachuk in tight, tying this game up. Eventually it was going to come, and the unfair refs make sure they tie this game up. Matt Tkachuk's going to get his 5th goal of the season. So, yay. Sabres just couldn't get it out. Byram was too high off the draw. And Tkachuk just saw a little bit of space up on that near shoulder of line. Really good shot from Tkachuk. That's what makes him a superstar. Florida's tied this game up at 1. Yeah, that's a tough one against the Sabres. Just can't keep taking these penalties. Stop giving the refs a reason to make calls on you. Sabres have been rolling too, so that really sucks. We got to respond now. Now the crowd's back into it for probably the first time here tonight. Here's McLeod carrying it in, finds Quinn. Quinn looking to center this one. Zucker off the outside of the net. Now cuts towards the front. Puck sad in the crease. I don't think they ever got right on. Florida can't clear, though. Here's a quick chance outside. Quinn can't get it to go. Glove side on Tarasov. Good opportunity again. That third line continues to create high danger opportunities. Here's Power. His shooting gets deflected, so no icing. Here's the Florida defenseman skating forward. Alex Lyon is in out of the net. He's got to get back in. Don't want to get caught. Greer puts it around behind towards Forsling. His shot saved by Lyon. Puck gets out off the boards and out of the zone. It's a foot race here. Ekblad, I think, is going to win it. Yep, he will. Just beat out Doan there, right at that Florida blue line. Here's Velmani. Plays it back towards Ekblad. Ekblad forward towards Cunnin. Puck just rolls off his stick. And now the Sabres, Samuelson. Not a great. Florida trying to sneak in again. They take a quick shot. Stopped by Lyon again. Rebound. Gets half clear. Just goes to the point now. Forsling keeping it in for Florida. Goes across. There's a Petrie shot. Deflects wide. Ostlund now will just chop it out of the zone. Now Florida's got a bit of momentum here. Sabres and Panthers tied up at 1, courtesy of Tuck and Tkachuk, both on the man advantage. Sabres shove a player down to the ice, and now they can come back with speed here. This is going to be another grind and out kind of game here for Buffalo. We got to be having our big boy pants on. Puck pops free into the high slot. That shot from Metza floats wide. Here's Tuck keeping it alive there. He takes a high shot. I think he caught a piece of Tarasov there. But deflects out of play, and these two teams will go to a commercial break. Make sure, folks, stick around here at the intermission because Kale will be back on. Him and his glorious mustache. I'm pissed off at the refs. Still terrible, terrible call. Not the refs evening things out. It's always nice. Strength. What kind of law do you want to practice after school? Good question. I don't know. Maybe litigation. Maybe criminal. I worked at the public defender's office in Buffalo last summer, and that was a cool experience. It sucks because I'm trying to do as much as possible and cross things off as I try them. But I've liked everything I've done so far, so I don't know. I'm not too picky. We'll see. We'll see. But maybe litigation, maybe estate planning. Again, there's a ton of options in the law. I love how I just gave a very lawyery non-answer. It's either training me well here. Got 17 people. We're just returning to play now. 3:49 to go in this second period. Sabres just trying to get something for, but Florida's really doing a great job of making sure the Sabres can't get towards the front of the net. And Tarasov is making those easy saves. Why? Because he's got no traffic in front of him. Panthers are just clearing everything out. That's playoff hockey, baby. McLeod with the puck at center ice here, just banks it back towards his defensive teammate. Sabres will now touch it into the Panther zone. Not close at all to McLeod, but the Sabres going to put some good pressure on the wall. Trying to get to this puck, can't. And now Panthers can just shoot it in. Florida's offsides. Oh, Bennett, hey, go after him. He took a shot off that way after the whistle was called play dead. Fighting against making bad call, yeah. For sure, Victor. Let's see. Oh, it's not even close. Clearly. That was clearly an offsides against Florida. I don't know why Sam Bennett thought otherwise. But here's Owen Power. Nice move. Takes a long-range shot. Easily in on Tarasov. Okay. Kind of tired, not gonna lie. All right. Offensive zone face-off coming up here for the Sabres. Norris leaning into this one. He hasn't been great in the face-off dot tonight. And that trend continues there. Florida wins it. They'll send it down the ice for Hagee racing after it with Kesselring. Kesselring gets there first. The Sabres just touch. Nice couple touch passes along the boards. Now it gets deflected outside the reach of one and all the way down the ice. Not far enough for an icing, though. Forsling pulls up along the far side wall. They'll go cross ice here to Ekblad. A little bit of space. He'll shoot it in to the Sabres zone. Here's Rodriguez behind the Sabres net. Two Sabres pinning him and the puck against the boards right now. Verhaeghe trying to provide some support. Puck now comes loose. Gets whacked to the far side. Ostlund is there. Not much on the clearing attempt, though. Florida keeps it in with Reinhart. Now the Sabres with a chance here to get something for. They have a breakaway. Here's Dunn. Gets taken down. And now they get in front. Samuelson stopped one-on-one with Tarasov. But the Sabres will be getting a penalty. We will be getting a power play. But Samuelsson, it was a delayed call for a moment. Doan was on his knees and he just got towards the net. Samuelsson just couldn't Tarasov. Oh, that's a great opportunity.
I'm the kind of guy, if I sense
So it's going to be a holding call coming up against Florida.
This
This is another big moment here in the hockey game.
I don't like power play people.
I think Forsling held him after the fact. But look at Doan on his knees. Still gets the puck in front. Samuelsson just can't get it to go. Sabres have a really good opportunity, though, with 2:07 to go in this second period to retake the lead. Doan's still on the ice right now. I get scared seeing guys crash into the boards. It's exactly how Benson got hurt before the Olympic break. But Lindy Ruff deciding to take his time out now. No one's got a board out. I don't... Looks like Buffalo just decided to take a timeout to rest some of their top guys. Doan was out there. Josh Norris was out there. They seemed a little tired, so they'll get 30 seconds here to take a breather. Lindy wants to keep them on the ice. Oh, nice. That's really cool. She worked in a law library. How long did she work there for? Do you know which law library? Is it also in Buffalo or is it elsewhere? All right, 2:05 to go here in the second period. So here we go. Face off in the Florida zone. Norris wins the draw back to Thompson at the point. Thompson walks through the middle, leaves it there for Dahlin. Out wide now to Doan. Up top again to Dahlin. Back to Doan. He'll walk towards the blue line. Banks now off the boards. Thompson looking to go back post. He'll just quickly get it towards Doan. Back to Dahlin. Back to Doan again. Down low to Thompson. Thompson. No lane. Now Dahlin with a one-timer. Blocked. Now they'll try to go cross ice. That pass just away from Thompson. Sabres are able to keep it in though. Sabres. Oh, and Hartford. Wow. Thompson trying to turn with it now. A chance. Sabres in front. Stonewall by Tarasov. Puck sits in front. Thompson can't get to that one. He's got no stick. He's just got to kick this one forward. He's trying to kick this one now. Oh, Florida. They had a breakaway potentially. It was wide open, but his teammate didn't see him. Now here's Dahlin walking forward. Gives it to Zucker. Goes around the boards to the far side. Panthers trying to get it out. Now they will. Rodriguez trying to get a step up. Can't. Now watch out. Oh, Lucerinen nearly had a lane towards the net, but Sabres coming back in with speed. Here's Thompson with a quick shot, deflects just wide. Goes all the way around the boards to Reinhardt. Sabres just can't get anything set up right now, per the norm. 43 seconds remain on the Sabres power play. Zucker shoots it in, takes the hit to make the play. Tarasov just gets it to Rodriguez, and he'll rocket it down the ice. Sabres just not able to keep possession right now. 30 seconds in this period. Less than that on the power play. Here comes McLeod. McLeod to the line. Stick check there made by Tkachuk. Keeps it out of the zone. I hate this power play. There's just no movement, no creativity. McLeod up the left side. McLeod centers this one towards Oslin. Shot! Saved by Tarasov again. He's goaling us right now. Sabres keep it in the zone. Trying to center this one. Goes under the stick of one, and now that'll do it for the period. So Florida survives that onslaught there at the end. And unfortunately, the Sabres and Panthers remain tied up at 1 somehow. We've been getting some really good opportunities, folks. Daniil Tarasov has been fantastic in the Florida crease tonight. So let me get Kale back up on your screens. All right, let's see. He's not in there right now. So we'll wait for him. Actually, I'm going to do this. All right. Cal is in. He's in the chat. All right. Let's get Cal up on your screens here. after the second period. Let me get the screen on. All right, there's that. Oh, come on. Why does the window keep fucking... Oop, didn't mean to say that. Oops. Okay. Kale, they'll be able to hear you for now. They just can't see you.
Alrighty.
What did you think about that second period, pal?
Yeah, not a great second period. The penalties certainly got to the Sabres. Too many men, and then Kesselring takes a penalty. The Sabres power play continues to look terrible. Not a great period, but they have continued to put themselves in a position to win this game. Third period, Florida has just played a game last night. They didn't have to travel, but you would think the advantage goes to the Sabres here, fresher legs. So if you were to tell me this game was 1-1 going into the third period, I certainly would have taken it before the game.
Yeah, it's really frustrating because I know they've been taking a lot of penalties, but they didn't seem like they were that bad. I mean, even the Kesselring hook was kind of soft.
Yeah, soft penalties, but at the end of the day, the penalty kill can only do so much, right? You knew that Florida power play was going to net one, and sure enough, they did. Sabres power play gets a chance at the end of that period, and that was much of the same that we've seen, right? They just continue to have no answer on the power play. Every time it's cleared out, they tried the drop pass. They try, just bullying their way through. They don't have the personnel on this team to run this style of power play. So either change up how you do the power play or get a guy that can hang onto the puck, skating through guys, getting it down low on the power play. You got to trade for a guy like that, or you just have to abandon this power play system entirely because it is just the same thing each and every time with that top unit.
Kale, I feel also on the power play point, Coyote's saying in the chat he'd like to see Doan get a bit meaner. What did the Sabres have to do to get to the front of the net? Because I said on the broadcast, the stream a few minutes ago, it feels like they're just getting shoved out of the crease way too easily right now.
Yeah, they are, and they got to get a little bit tougher. But like we've seen, a couple good chances right in front of the net. Thompson had an open net chance. Doan had a nice chance in front of the net. Samuelson did too. They should not be tied in this game. They should have a lead. They had a lot of very easy chances that they failed to, deliver on. So we will see in this third period if they can get a little bit tougher and take advantage of Florida playing now their sixth period of hockey in the last 2 days. Hopefully they can, but we've seen before with this team and this identity of this team is they're not the toughest group, and we'll see if they address that at the trade deadline as well. It's certainly better than it was years ago. They are harder to play against. They have certain players on their team that I would consider tough, but without a guy like Zach Benson, you can clearly tell that kind of physicality is lacking.
Oh yeah, for sure. No doubt about it. Have you heard anything about Benson? Do we know when he's going to be back?
So they had an update. Lindy Ruff said today that Benson will practice today, which he did, and he should be available tomorrow night against Tampa Bay. If not, should be back the game after that. So a positive update on Zach Benson. They said the shoulder's completely fine. It's some other mystery injury that he's dealing with. I don't know how legitimate that is or not, but at the end of the day, it looks like Zach Benson should be back either tomorrow night or the game after that. So positive updates for him, especially if they want to rest a guy post-Olympic break. Maybe a guy like Josh Norris gets I highly doubt it, but maybe he gets a day off tomorrow just because out of safety precautions. You never know, but it will be good to have Zach Benson join this team tomorrow or the game after.
Seems like Benson maybe gotten himself into too many extracurricular activities over Olympic break. I wonder if that's the cause. Thompson has kind of said before he's not the smartest guy in the team.
Yeah, very well could be. The fact that they're keeping it a mystery is definitely something to monitor, but I don't think it's anything too serious or he would, be publicly kind of sold out by the team. So I think nothing to worry there. And the biggest thing is that the shoulder injury isn't the problem because that looked like a very nasty shoulder injury the game before the break. And luckily we were able to avoid anything major there.
Coyote saying in the chat right now he was dealing with a virus, so maybe that's just sick. Our boy was a little sick. Benny the Butcher was a little sick. Okay, I'm gonna go take a piss. This is your channel now.
Alrighty. I can't see the chat, just so you guys know, so I will just talk on end until that happens. But Bandits right now up 8-5. Sabres would move to second in the Atlantic Division. With a win today. So that would be very big. They did have a Lindy Ruff interview mid-game from pregame, and he was basically saying every 2 points is going to mean something down the road. And then Rob Ray said, well, every single point is going to matter. So if the Sabres could even get this to overtime, we're not worried about the Panthers. Like, we're not worried about the Panthers making the playoffs. It is what it is. If we give them a point tonight, we just gotta stack points. So I'm not worried about we can't afford to give them a point. Let's just get this game to overtime at least and leave with a point. Tomorrow's gonna be very hard against Tampa Bay. Vasilevsky has looked phenomenal in his last, 17, 18 games. He's just been the best goalie in the league by far, and he has owned Buffalo in his career. So that is going to be something to monitor. I think that the Sabres' keys to the third period, they just got to be aggressive, play fast. They should have the legs over the Panthers, especially with the Panthers playing the Leafs last night. Now, the Leafs didn't do us any favors. They kind of gave the Panthers the game in the first period, so the Panthers were able to kind of coast in the second and third period last night, but they still had to play NHL-level hockey. So Sabres should have the significant jump. We did see a couple of missed opportunities. We saw some dangerous injuries that we thought maybe there was a skate blade injury to Florida, but that ended up not being super serious, which is good to see. A very, very penalty-filled period there in Florida. Let me know in the comments, even though I can't see them, if you guys like the Florida camera that they use. This is by far my least favorite viewing experience, is watching games in Florida and in Sunrise. The Panthers just have the worst camera in the league, in my opinion. It's low, it's tough to see anything, and they said the scoreboard there is not working for a second straight night. It didn't work against the Leafs. It blacked out for a little bit, and they said the shots on goal haven't been there all night in person. So I don't know how that is a thing in an NHL arena, especially a back-to-back champion arena, but it is. So hopefully they get that figured out. We still have about, 7 minutes until the third period gets underway.
Hi, Cal.
Sabres haven't been too bad on faceoffs, but
yeah. Cal, not to break up your monologuing there, it was pretty great. I just kind of sat here and let you go. I didn't want to disrupt your flow. You were in a state of motion, okay? But I've been to this arena, the Florida arena, before.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you or anyone else in chat has been there, but it's kind of weird walking in, because when you walk in, you're immediately in their team shop on all sides. You can't get away there. It's not like the Sabres empty, green, sad, like glass space at the front, kind of cold, very tall, rigid. No, you're immediately, it's low ceilings. You're just crammed into the team store. So you hand them your ticket, and then you're just looking around at all their soccer jerseys. I say soccer jerseys. That's their homes. I just think they look like soccer jerseys.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of Ottawa when we went, because Ottawa, you went through and they forced you up the stairs, kind of into the team store area to scan your ticket. So maybe that's a tactic that NHL teams use to sell merch right away. We know the Sabres have their one team store by the far side, but it's not really right where you go in. So I don't think anyone really gets lured there right away. But the upstairs one is kind of out of the way too. So maybe that's just an NHL tactic to sell merch.
Yeah. I wonder if those other franchises, though, have an online Sabres or an online team store. I know the Sabres. Not really.
Yeah, I don't know the legality standpoints behind that. I know a lot of people said it has to do with Fanatics now owning merchandise and that they have to buy it through Fanatics. But you would think the Sabres would have a linked website at least through them, because whenever they drop new jerseys, new merch, they like the Tage USA merch and all that, it's only available in person. And we know the Sabres store is open from like 11 to 2 every day, so they have the dumbest hours possible. So I don't think anyone's taking their lunch break to go drive down to downtown Buffalo to go buy a shirt. They'd make whole lot more money if they had an online store. I don't know why they don't.
Yeah, it's really weird. Speaking of downtown, I don't know if you saw this today. You know that construction site right on Canal Side, the big, just stone-looking tower that's sitting there all vacant and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently someone's actually gonna restart funding. Terry Pagula just donated like $36 million to get that project back up and running. So
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I mean, every day I have to drive through to go to school, or twice a week at least. I go right through downtown. It looks like they're doing some projects. I know they've put some signage on some of the vacant buildings, like right downtown. They have the Perry area developments going up quite nicely. So Buffalo is definitely looking better than it was, not only like 10 years ago, but 5 years ago, 3 years ago. It is certainly looking the best it's looked in quite some time. So hopefully that sparks some major development in the city. And I know a lot of these projections have Buffalo as like the best weather in the next 100 years, or maybe we see Buffalo become a hub again, like it was once in the past.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know, man. I worked there last summer. I was hoping, I gotta tell you, downtown even on a weekday was so dead, and I was on Main
Mhm.
Street. I could walk down. I walked down to the Sabres arena a couple of times on my lunch breaks just to get some fresh air. And there's like nothing to do. There's maybe two okay sandwich shops for you to get something at, and trust me, I spent a lot of my paychecks over at those a couple of those stands. But there's like literally nothing except on Thursdays. Fat
Yeah.
Bob's shows up in a food truck. That was cool. That was nice.
Yeah, it's bad, and I know me and you after Sabres games, and me and other people, like, you'll be down there after a game like 10:30, 11. It is dead everywhere downtown. You can't find too much going on at all. It's just a ghost land. So even on weekends, so hopefully they're able to improve that, but it's all just corporate business stuff, and not a whole lot of people. And I think that's what they have to emphasize here. Get stuff in the city where people can conjugate, and I know they kind of want to avoid any, like, crime, and people equal crime, but at the same time you want to create a safe environment downtown for people to have fun in. And I think that's the goal, and that's kind of where they're headed, right? They're bringing a soccer team downtown, which we'll probably have an update video from you in the next year or so, but I don't know the process that's been going through, but that'll be something we got to keep an eye on, because I think that could be a little bit of fun for Buffalo fans, right? A professional soccer team that we don't have to take too seriously, but it's a little more at stake than the Bisons, maybe you could say.
Yeah. I mean, down here in Louisville, there's a soccer team here, and they get a couple sellouts every year. It's always really fun. USO, it's a bigger, growing league. It's gonna start having some stakes, I think. It's gonna start challenging the MLS. It's just another cool sporting venue that could be downtown. It's just more foot traffic down there. But I'm just shocked that there's not as much activities, happening around the Sabres arena. Maybe if you had that all year round sports presence, right, with Sabres games during the winter, and then maybe a soccer arena right in that cobblestone area during the summers, that would be very, very interesting for downtown. But Kale, we got about 3 minutes
Yeah.
to go on this intermission. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Shots on goal 28-22. They're putting the graphic up now. Scoring chances 15 apiece. Everything else pretty even. Offensive zone, neutral zone, defensive zone, possession. So yeah, a pretty even game. Sabres lead in shots. I think both goalies have been good. Tarasov has been able to save the Sabres big chances, and like we mentioned, Alex Lyon looks as good as usual for this season. So I don't know what to project. What's your honest prediction? Do you think the Sabres come on top here at the end?
Yeah, I think we'll win 3-1. But I want to point this out to chat. I asked Cal how he was doing, and he immediately deflected away from himself back to the Sabres. Cal, the Sabres are not you. You have to
That's
separate
an
yourself from
honest.
the product.
That's an honest man right there. No, but I mean, I got to leave at 1:30 a.m. going down to Virginia
Wow.
tonight. So yeah, whole lot of driving ahead. So we got an adventure to do today, and an adventure next weekend as well. I know you have an adventure next week as well. So we are traveling a lot. If you guys watch the podcast, it'll probably be from a hotel room from me this week. So keep an eye out for that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're not gonna have to drive, right? Are you gonna pull an all-nighter?
I might drive a little bit towards the end, but not the first little
Well,
bit.
well, that's good. I need a guy to record the
Mm.
podcast with. Not that I
Safe.
can't do it with Jaden, though, right? Jaden, if he's lurking out there somewhere, we're still good. Me and him have enough chemistry. Okay, It's just,
Oh yeah.
it's you, Cal. What am I gonna do? This has been our.
I don't know. It's probably going to be a Sunday morning recording. I think that would be the usual. So you guys will get your podcast sometime next week. Probably be talking about if any trades happen, maybe a little bit of Bills news splashed in there. I know Sam Franklin gets a 3-year deal today. Woohoo! We can celebrate that.
People were raging about that online. We gave him what, $7 million over 3 seasons?
3 years. It's a lot of length to a contract for a special teamer, and he's one of the elite gunners in the league. I mean, we saw what he brings to the table last season, but at the same time, I mean, the cap situation we're at, giving a guy like that 3 years is a tough ask, and I don't know what the thought process behind that was, but they must think he's just that elite at his position where it was worth it to lock him up. And there's worse guys you could sign 3 years. I'm not mad about having a guy like that on the team for the foreseeable future, but yeah, a tough move with the cap situation we're in. And until we get a top receiver, every move is going to be kind of raged about.
Absolutely. Well, Cal, that's probably gonna be it for the intermission. Anything else you got?
Nope, that'll be it. Go Sabres, and hopefully we come out on top. I'll see you guys next time.
I'm gonna ask him that every time and see if his answer ever changes. We'll see. But thanks again, Cal. He's out of here. Sabres are about to get underway, folks, for this third period. The only goal coming in that second period came courtesy of Matt Tkachuk. Yes, I know he's been in the news recently. Him and Tage got into the political sphere earlier this week, and all that controversy and whatnot, but he's back to hockey, back to putting pucks in the net, and he did so tonight against the Sabres on the power play. But the Sabres need to get some jump. They need these 2 points tonight. What an incredibly important win this would be. If you win, Florida's 11 points back of the Sabres. You lose, it's only 8. So this is a big swing, or I think it's 7. 7 versus 11. That's a 4-point swing. This is a 4-point game, ladies and gentlemen. It's a divisional round matchup. Let's win in regulation, put Florida in their grave, force them to sell next week. That's what the Sabres have to understand. That's what they have to consider here in this final period. You win the period, you win the game. There's no other way to put it. The Sabres got to understand that. Florida, they've been in this position before. They're back-to-back champions for a reason. The Sabres got to beat them at their own game. Grind out a playoff-like result here. All right. There goes my monologue. We got 22 people in chat. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, to like and subscribe, please and thank you. We are at 3364. One more to our goal. 3365. Let's get it. Yeah. And let's see. How many likes are we at? We're about to be underway here, folks. Both teams at center ice. Puck is dropped. We are underway for the third period. And early on, the Sabres almost had an opportunity. But again, the referees claimed, allegedly, the Sabres were offsides. I didn't see that. We got 14 likes. All right. Marchand Luostarinen out there for Florida. They win the faceoff. Here comes Luostarinen trying to backhand this one into the Sabre zone. We got another whistle here. Guys, can we just get the period started? Krabs is pointing around like, refs, get out of our ways. We're excited, please. But no. No, we can't do that. Buffalo. And the faceoff comes into the Sabre zone. That's cool as well. Refs are really just shanking us hard tonight. Panthers win the faceoff. Quick shot off the draw. Goes well wide of Lyon. Mikkola leaks down from the point. Keeps it along the board. Sabres get to it, though, and they'll get it out to center ice. Here's Reinhardt, hounded by Doan. Tries to get it forward. Samuelsson now. Banging around with this puck. Loses it to Verhaeghe. Here comes Verhaeghe. Along the 4 points, slides it down the wall. Samuelsson picks it off his stick. Now the Sabres with a little bit of space and some speed through center. Dahlin drops it. Ostlund with a shot. Made by Tarasov. Dahlin along the board, sends it back to Power with a one-timer. Deflects wide of Tarasov. Here's Quinn. Loses the puck along the boards. What's new? He just doesn't make decisions. He's so useless. He's not a good playoff player. Here's McLeod now, circling at center to Quinn. Gives it back to McLeod on the backhand. Doesn't take the shot, sends it back to Quinn. Quinn can't get a shot off. He'll just whack it into the corner. Now to Zucker, back to Quinn. They trade spots. They'll cycle down low. His pass gets picked off by Samoskevich. And now Florida will skate it forward to center ice here with Sam Bennett. Here's Bennett across that Buffalo line to Tkachuk on the outside. Tkachuk stick handles some space, takes the shot, and that deflects out of play. And we got a Florida player down on the ground. It's Samoskevich. Asking the ref, why wasn't there a call? I didn't see necessarily what happened here. So you got cross-checked down hard to the ice by Byram. Right into the lower back, so may have pinched. No call made on the play. Finally, the ref swallowed a whistle. They share one. They share a whistle. Samoskevich still grimacing on the bench. So this face-off to the left of Alex Lyon. Kozak, Malenstein, and Dunn out there, both fourth lines. Dunn leaning into this now because Kozak got kicked out. Panthers win the draw. Puck sits on Lyon. Rebound is there. Now it gets to the line. Goes to Sebrongo. There's another shot that deflects wide of Lyon. Buffalo now will come up with the puck. Here they go through center ice. Kesselring forward. He'll chip it into the Panther zone. It goes down into the corner. Now to the point. Kesselring with a shot. He fanned on it, and watch out! Nearly a 2-on-0 going the other way. But Kesselring did just enough to break that rush up. Oh. Here's Tage at center ice with Krebs. Krebs trying to force the touch pass back. Has it picked off by Marchand. Here comes Marchand. Pulls up on the near side dot. He'll play it to the point. Okay, what? ESPN, what are we doing here? It just skipped over that. And pass back to the line. Picked off. It's a foot race maybe to Krebs. Krebs drops it. Tage trying to go far side for Tuck. Couldn't get it there. And now here comes Florida to the Buffalo line. 3 across. Now they'll send it towards the net. Blocked. Here they come again. Another shot blocked. And now the Sabres will skate it forward. Thompson. Tage Thompson. He'll just flip a pass towards the middle of the ice. Byram was there. Nearly split the defenseman. Couldn't, unfortunately. Lundell takes it off his stick. And they'll reset behind the net. Panthers will. 16:43 to remaining here in this third, maybe final period. Game tied up at 1. It's a tight one. And here comes Verhaeghe on the touch pass. His shot high and wide. Sabres survive. Maybe not much longer, though. Rodriguez spinning around in the zone. Gives it to Reinhart. Into the slot. Passes it out wide. Now try to get the dish again. Can't. Now Buffalo with an opportunity to skate the other way. Here's Doan on the far walls. He'll play it to the far side. Ostlund. And there's a shot that goes just wide. Here's Rasmus Dahlin. Ostlund trying to step up on that puck. I'm a little chippy in my talking because ESPN's not giving me the game very smoothly here. Here's McLeod. His play back towards Dahlin deflects off his skate and goes down the ice. All right, ESPN, stop trying to catch up. You're just pissing me off at this point. Quinn, please stop losing it on the boards. You suck. He keeps doing this. Please start anticipating. And he turns it over. Bennett with a shot. Hit that shot. Deflects up and out of play. Quinn is driving me insane. He's playing awful tonight. Yarmo, do you see this? Do you see this, man? He sucks. He sucks. 27 people in the chat right now watching me rage because Jack Quinn is awful. Get your ass off the ice. Go away. Bye-bye. Go. Get out. Go away. Thank you. Jack Quinn's off the ice. We're good. I should have a graphic just for Jack Quinn being awful. He's playing really bad. He turned the puck over twice on that last shift. Fourth line out here now for the Sabres. Kozak gets tossed out of the dot. Second straight time he's leaned in. Dunn replaces him. To the right of Lyon they are. Dunn wins the draw. Sabres behind their own net. They'll bank a pass off the boards. Power touches it forward. Kozak can't settle the puck down. Panthers trying to come back quick. Boquist was nearly behind the defenseman. Byram, he's got a battle in his hands. He gets away from Kunin. Kunin to Byram, up the boards. Misses the stick of Dunn. Into the corner they go. Behind the net is Mikkola. They center this one, but it misses to everyone. And now here comes Florida on a 2-on-2. Greer to the outside. Tries to walk through Samuelson. He crashes into the end boards here. Sabres, couple men tied up. Malenstein takes a weird hit into the boards. He gets up okay, though. Now we have a whistle. We have a penalty coming up here. This is going to be against Josh Dunn. Jesus Christ, the refs are killing us tonight. Screw yourselves. How is that a hook? It's a hook against Josh Dunn. Give me a break. Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. That is not a hook. I am sick of this crew tonight. It's the back ref making that call. You are trying to look through 5 different guys. How do you even see that? That's a dog shit call. And I'm sorry I'm swearing, but these refs suck. And now Marchand with a backhander opportunity alone in front. Saved by Lyon. We get to the rebound and send it down the ice. This is a crucial moment in the hockey game, of course. Both goals of the game have come on the power play tonight. But watch out. Ooh, Tuck. Looking for a shorty there. Nearly stripped Marchand. McLeod breaks up that effort. The Sabres now will just shoot it down the ice again. Florida's 1 for 3 so far on the power play tonight. 9 shots for the Panthers. Here's Reinhart on the puck. Plays it to the outside. Back in towards Marchand. Down low they go! Nearly for Reinhart. On the backhander. They go to the far side. Here's Tkachuk. Up top. Ekblad is shot blocked. Rebound! Good save by Lyon. Lyon standing his ground. They can't get it out. Under a minute to go here. Sabres trying to poke this puck away. There's another chance. Marchand doesn't take it. And now that pass, trying to go through 5 guys, gets deflected and out of the zone. Look, I'm playing with heart and passion because these refs are screwing us right now. Bennett, his centering pass deflects into the far corner. Sabres can't get it out. Now they will. 34 to go on the kill, and now McLeod steals it from one. He's all alone on an island. It's a 1v3, so he'll just slide it down low. Forsling in behind his own net. 20 seconds to go on this Florida power play. Forsling moves it forward towards Rodriguez, steps around Dahlin, goes to the far side, just missed the stick of Verhaeghe, but finds Forsling again at the point. He'll play it down low. He's got Samoskevich camped out in front, can't find him. Verhaeghe, 5 seconds to Forsling, out wide. To Tkachuk, he found on the pass, back to Forsling. Done, back onto the ice. They try to get one more chance towards the net. Sabres clear it away, and now the Sabres may have 3 across that blue line. Here comes Dunn, charging down the ice. Dunn on the backhander. He fanned on the pass to the point. That play is dead. But the Sabres crucially kill that penalty off. Screw you, refs. You suck. You suck anyways. Zebras are blind tonight, folks. Both teams are just struggling right now handling this puck, and Sabres got to settle down. Settle down. Reestablish our game. You got 12 power, still with the puck behind his net, finds a man in Doan. He'll zoom it ahead towards Ostland. Into the Florida zone they go. Now to the outside. Sabres just not getting any puck possession right now. It doesn't help when they are shorthanded. Here's Lundell to the outside. Can't find anyone towards the middle. That puck will careen and be kept in at the far point. Now behind the net they go. Lucerinin in front, right off the pad of line. It was loose for a second. Now a couple guys go crashing into Lyon. Sabres do not appreciate that. It's Greer. Lyon will fire a couple punches off. Gotta be careful. The refs are looking to call another penalty on us. But 11:29 to go here, folks. The game remains tied up at 2, but Florida's pushing. And we're going to a commercial break as well. 30 people in the chat. Make sure, folks, it's getting close to the end of that game. Make sure to like and subscribe. We've been streaming a lot of Sabres games. It's going to be, after next Tuesday, a little more rare. I know the Sabres are going on to their Florida trip in 2 weeks. I guess that coincides well with me going on vacation. But I'm gonna try to stream as much as I can. 63% of the pollsters say that Buffalo's gonna win. Wow, a lot less faith than normal. Got 17 likes, guys. Come on, let's get to 20. Come on, let's go. 3 more likes. I see you. Yeah. Sorry, Mike. Do the thing. Like, it's free to do. Get the algorithm on their side. Let's get more people into this channel, into this stream at the very minimum. Ooh, someone. Am I still? But we are in a commercial break. Sucks to lose a righty in Quinn via trade, but it's got to happen. Yes, Andrew, you're totally right. It's AI. I am on your asses tonight, okay? I'm on it. It's funny. You look back at the last couple of streams, it's like 17 likes, 34 likes, 17. We always get 17. I'm just trying to break that 17 streak, all right? I'm just trying to break the 17. And we did. There we go. We're up to 18. Thank you. I don't want to be mean, but you make it happen right now. All right. We're about to return from play here. I don't know. Every time we play without Benson, we just don't get much offense going. Thank goodness. Oh, we're at 20. Yes! Thank you, Chad. Let's go. Thank you very much. We have returned to play, folks. Right off the face-off, there's a one-timer from the defenseman that gets blasted well wide. It was Forsling. Sabres looking to get this out. They do. And now we have another god-darn whistle. And these refs are just brutal. They want to make the game all about themselves here. I think this one was for a hand pass. And see how the Capitals are doing. Okay, and the Capitals are beating Vegas 3-1. So we got to really win this game. All right, Sabres win this face-off. They'll fire it in. Florida's got the shot advantage here in the third period. They have 5 compared to Buffalo's 2. Oh, look at that. Loose puck there. Lundell towards Marchand. Oh, his shot just bounces wide of the far post. Sabres are playing with fire at the moment. Florida's got all the momentum. We got to reestablish ourselves. Here's Tage Thompson. Tkachuk drops it towards Byram. Byram deep into the Florida corner. He'll pull up. Now to Sammy. Across. Krebs takes the shot. Stop. Rebound to Tuck. Oh, he's trying to go 5-hole. Here's Tuck running out of room behind the net. He'll slide it out wide to Krebs. Down low. Rolls off the stick of Tuck and to a Florida defenseman. Oh, Florida just scored. Good. Washington's still within reach of us, so that's scary. Here's Bennett. Seeing a change for Florida. Trying to play a puck across the blue line there. He's forced out to center ice by the Sabres. Now they'll shoot it in again. But that puck goes out of play. And it'll come outside the zone. The faceoff will. Looking at this most recent opportunity here from Marchand. He just caught his own loose puck. He tried to walk through the defenseman, lost it, got it back again. He fired a quickie on Lyon, and he was a little caught off guard there. Looking at this, there was the Tuck opportunity there. Krebs' shot went through a bunch of players. Now this defensive zone face-off, won by the Sabres, and they have a 2-on-1. Here they come, Jack Quinn, and he falls and loses the puck. I hate this guy! I hate you, Jack Quinn! You, oh, God! Of all the players on the 2-on-1, it had to be Quinn. Had to be him. Okay. Sabres still have possession of the puck. He is so bad. You guys don't understand. If you're watching this game, I don't know how he lost that puck. I just don't know. It looks like me in beer league. It's bad. Here's Sam Bennett trying to work it in. They can't. Quinn, he can't even make a pass right now. Get him off my ice. Get him off my team. And now there's an offsides call against Florida there. And that'll take us to another TV timeout. 9:14 left in this third period, still tied up at 1. Even if we get a point from this game, that's cool. Let's not lose in regulation now. He is such a bum, chat. He's an incredible bum. He had a 2-on-1 clear as day, and he skates like a railroad driver, a railroad. Gosh, what's the name? A train. I'm just gonna hang it up, chat. I'm trying to insult Jack Quinn, but I can't even name a train. It's so over for me. I'm cooked. But yeah, he was going in on a 2-on-1. He falls down because he was skating like a train, and then he loses the puck on top of that, and it was like our first odd man advantage going down the ice in a long time. And of course, it just had to fall to Jack Quinn. He's a bum. I'm not going to swear again. I've already sworn a couple times here tonight on accident. Of course. Oh, this team. They love giving us aneurysms, don't they? All 26 of us. 27, including me. Get all the points you can. No regulation losses. Yeah, that's right. Just keep collecting. And for me, the win tracker coming out of the Olympic break, the Sabres need to get it to 13 wins. 12 after winning in New Jersey the other night. So, we win tonight. That's 11 more wins to the playoffs. It's getting very close. Yeah, Sidney Crosby. He suffered that... Was it a sprained MCL injury, or... It was some sort of sprained knee thing, because he went on awkward into the boards. But all right, we return to play here, folks. Face off outside the Sabres zone now. Ostlund leaning into this draw. Looks like Norris is done with face-off duties. He lost a couple. Unfortunately, Ostlund just lost that face-off, so I guess it didn't really change much. Florida shoots it into the Sabres' end. Sabres have it along the far boards. Ooh, we got to be careful there. Just got it out of the zone. Good pass inside to Dome, but the Sabres were again offsides. We just cannot get any traction going in this game. Sabres lead the shot count 32-28. It's a very close game. Tarasov has been standing on his head. Same with Alex Lyon here for Buffalo. Awaiting this next face-off. Make sure, if you are new, to like and subscribe. I've been trying to stream as many Sabres games as possible, but I am going on vacation in a week and a half, so I will be missing for a whole week, but then I'll be right back at it afterwards. Sabres, off the face-off win, shoot this puck into the Florida zone. Ostlund in on the chase. Ostlund, Norris, and Doan. Ostlund just pries it to the far side. Mikkola, he'll escape forward, and now watch out. Here comes Reinhart to Verhaeghe. Back! Oh! Verhaeghe tried to drop it one too many times, and now the Sabres trying to get forward here. Here's Ostlund across. Norris. He'll drop it again to the point. There's a shot. Scores! Beck Malenstein! Beck with the blast! And the Sabres with their second goal of the night. He was coming off the bench and the trailer pass finds him. But, I don't know if this is going to count, though. Is there going to be any goalie interference here, potentially? Maybe it's they're looking at maybe if it's a high stick. So, let's see here. So Samuelson, his stick is high. His stick doesn't touch the glove of Tarasov. Tarasov is arguing that Samuelson's stick being there moves his glove and he misses the shot. And now Florida's challenging, of course. We're going to have another bullshit challenge. Okay. All right. Let's see. So Samuelson makes slight contact with the glove, but what happened to the day when goalies have to fight for position? The refs are going to erase this. For now, the call on the ice is a good goal here for Beck Malenstein and the Sabres. But we're looking at a goalie interference. Paul Maurice has challenged the call on the ice of a good goal. So Malenstein shoots it from the point. As Samuelson's going through to the net, he briefly touches the glove. 1, 2, 3 seconds, 4 milliseconds before the puck goes in. So the puck goes cleanly in. Tarasov was looking to extend it. The referees are over at the timekeeper's box, the penalty box area, and they're looking at it on the tablet right now. But Samuelson, he's outside the crease. He's going for the tip. He's playing the puck. Yeah, let's watch. The refs are going to screw us here. I'll be very shocked if they keep the goal as a goal on the ice. This is probably going to be a good coach's challenge. Just garbage. It's garbage. The new goaltender, an absolute nastiness, garbage, dog shit. And they're going to call this back. They are going to call this back. I am well informed on this, okay? I've seen enough Sabres games this season. I've seen goals get called back for less. So it's going to get... We got 36 people in here. You're about to watch me crash out if they overturn this goal. Normally, opposing teams don't challenge unless they feel very confident that they will be successful. But I think Paul Maurice also knows this is a huge moment in the game. Lose this challenge, and it's a penalty against Florida. But here we go. Referees are done. They're going to announce the call here. We got a good goal! Oh! No way! Back Malenstein! It's going to count. We're going to put up the goal graphic again. Screw you, Paul Maurice. The referees and common sense prevails. The Sabres' goal will stand, and we will have a power play.
If I sense you're on a power play,
boom! Boom!
I don't like power play people.
Fight for your position, Tarasov. Stop being a bum. Stop being a wuss. W. The first W from the referees tonight, and the whole bench dogs all over Beck Malenstein. That's his 5th goal of the season. The Sabres are up 2-1 with an opportunity here to go up 3-1. 45 people in the chat. I'm a happy camper now. Let's I was about to say something bad there. But here we go. That's the first even strength goal of the game. The Sabres are on the power play right now, looking to make it a 2-goal advantage. Here's Doan behind the Florida net. They get it around in front. That just missed the one-timer stick of Norris. Here's Doan now on the puck to the point for Dahlin. He'll slide it across to Doan outside for Tage. Tage trying to go towards the crease. It gets blocked off, and now Florida can come back shorthanded. Here's Lundell trying to go through the middle of the ice. Can't get past Dahlin. And now the Sabres quick up to the Florida blue line now. Zucker to the line. Dahlin, he can't keep it in. Stick tied. And now Lundell. Got to be careful here. Lundell coming forward to Sam Reinhart. Dahlin's got to get his stick back to the bench. Norris as well. Got to get some changes off here. A minute to go here on the Sabres power play. Here's Reinhart. Walking to the middle of the ice. Shot saved by Lyon. Rodriguez was in his grill. He still made the save. Here are the Sabres again. McLeod with 45 seconds to go. He's drops it back to Jack Quinn. Second power play unit out here for Buffalo. Quinn shoots it around the boards and in. Sabres try to center this one. Wayne! Thank you so much for subscribing, Wayne. Guys, can we get some W's in the chat for Wayne? Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Wayne. W for Wayne. If you guys didn't hear that because my internet cut out, Wayne subscribed. W. 20 seconds remain. Here comes McLeod. Trying to walk through the middle. Can't make the pass once, twice, or 3 times. It bounces towards the far corner, and now the Panthers can skate it out again. Best way to kill off momentum if you're playing Buffalo, commit a penalty and make us put our power play on the ice. It's a great way. And that'll do it here for this power play. Here's Beck Malenstein. His goal is the go-ahead right now. 6:20 to go here. That's right. Malenstein shoots it in. Tarasov rings it around the boards. Here's Kozak. Plays it down low to Malenstein. Can he get another? Here's Malenstein. Can't get it out in front. Checked off the puck by Bennett, and now the Panthers will come forward here. Forsling. His pass misses the stick of Bennett. Not far enough for an icing, though. Watch out. Forsling keeping it in the zone here. Looking to center, the Panthers are. Samuelsson picks that pass off, gets immediately pressured by Bennett. Samuelsson does a good job to get away from him and clear the zone. Now it'll go down the ice. Dunn cannot get to that puck. It'll be an icing call here against Buffalo with 5:33 to go. Oh, man. Your fourth line guys are also stuck out on the ice right now, folks, so Panthers got us in a bad position. Here we go. Face off to the left of Lyon. Kozak leans into that face-off. Sabres just trying to desperately get it out of the zone. It's pinned against the far boards. It gets ringed around the zone now. Here's Samuelsson. Backhands it up. Can't clear. It bounces towards the high slot. Kesselring gets to it first, and now Dunn can skate it out and will lift it down the ice. Not far enough for an icing, fortunately. Now the Panthers will have to come back. Here's a shoot-in. They come across center ice here. Here's that goal. Here's Donnelly now. To the line and out. Sabres trying to get this puck. Now they'll flip it into the Panthers zone. Ooh, Norris. His shoot-in nearly blew a tire there for Petrie. Let's go Buffalo. Guys, can we get some Let's Go Buffalo in the chat? Here's Ostlund walking towards the middle. Takes a quick shot. Patted away by Tarasov. Sabres can't keep it in the zone, though. Here's Power at center. Finds Thompson. Fakes the one-timer. Now he'll try to get around Ekblad. He still has the puck on his stick. Looking for the no-look center. Why? That doesn't make any sense. And now here comes the Panthers. They flip it into the Sabres zone. Samuelsson leaves it in the corner. Gets it by Marchand. Now the Sabres can chip it out. Not very far, though. Ekblad with a good step up. Yoel, no. And now here comes Buffalo on the attack. Krebs up the near side. Drops it back. The pass finds Tuck. Tuck into the corner. Centers this one. Thompson's one-timer goes just wide, high and wide, and out of play. And that'll take us to a TV timeout. 4:01 to go here in this third period. I forgot to put this up. The red should be up every time we go sub 5 minutes in the third. Bam Bam, what's going on? What do you mean what's going on? Is it too loud? Hold on. Describe to me what it sounds like. Is it just very fuzzy? Because that's just me talking really loud. You can tell me specifically. I'm listening to myself right now. I'm gonna test it out. Hold on, I'm gonna scream. Ah, yeah. I'm just talking really loud, and the mic can't really pick it up. It's a podcasting mic. It's not a screamy, gamey mic. Okay. All right. Just making sure nothing's the quality. It's not a MSG or professional broadcasting mic. So used to be worse. Still, I guess it's not perfect, but you know, I'll keep working on that. Okay. Yeah, Victor, we're in the final stretch here, this hockey game. Make sure, folks, if you haven't already, like this stream. We got a lot of people in for the final 4 minutes of this Sabres-Panthers game. This is, these are the games that the Sabres need to continue to win. They won in New Jersey in this sort of fashion, and that was good. Hey, we got a couple, 4 more subscribers. Love to see that. Guys, can we get 2 more? We're up to 3368. Can we get to 3370? Come on, let's go. Let's get it. Oh, okay, good. All right, just making sure it's not me. If there is a problem though in the future with my mic, just let me know and I'll try to figure it out on the fly. But we got 401. But yeah, this is the dog days of the game. Sabres got to win this playoff style game, and if we win tonight, I think we've won 3 or 4 meetings this year against Florida. Just crazy. Can't remember the last time we did that. Did you think it was slight? I mean, it was before Cats and Rats podcast. It was before the shot had even gotten close to Tarasov. I know the puck was already in the air, but that fell a little soft. Samuelson is outside of the crease. But meanwhile, the Sabres, Quinn trying to flip this puck towards the center of the ice. Now Zucker stealing it right off the stick. He's got a couple whacks towards Tarasov. Can't get it to go. 47 people now in the chat. Got a bunch of angry Panthers fans in my chat. Here's Samuelson. Good stick lift by Ekblad to make sure Samuelson can clear. Now the Sabres will on the second try. And here's Beck Malenstein with a good chase here. Up the far side, backhands it! On net, the rebound saved by Tarasov a couple of times. Tarasov has been playing lights out tonight, keeping his team in this hockey game. Whoa. Now that shot flew into the Sabres bench. Beck Malenstein, Iggy's all over the ice right now. Panthers fans invading. I don't care. Come on in, Panthers fans. Come on in. This is a Sabres stream, just so you guys are aware. I'm a Sabres fan, so you're not going to like what I'm saying, especially if the Sabres pull this one out. I'm not embarrassed by anyone saying I'm a Sabres fan anymore. Look, we'll accept you on the bandwagon. We're the good for the first time in 15 years. We'll take as many fans as we can get. It's been a long time, and over that period. Here's Ostlund tipping this puck out of the zone. Doan wins the foot race onto the far corner. He'll chip it behind Tarasov, goes behind the net. Tarasov still with Doan still with the puck on his stick behind there. Pressured by Forsling. He pushes Doan down. Doan still not giving up on that puck against the wall. He'll flip it towards Kesselring. Kesselring, and he'll try to play it to his D partner. Can't get it. Can't keep it in. It'll go down the ice. Too slow for an icing, though. 2.5 minutes to go. Sabres are still possessing the puck, much to the frustration of Paul Maurice and the Panthers. Sabres now chip it down, and watch out, Tage! What speed! He's got it to Tuck in front! Saved by Tarasov! And now he's gesturing towards the bench. I wonder when we see Tarasov go. They still can't get set up in the Sabres' end. Now they will. They'll get across the Sabres' blue line. Tuck, puck on a stick. Tarasov to the bench. Panthers got the man advantage. Tuck. He'll flip it slowly down the ice. It's not going to hit the target. Instead, it'll be an icing call against Buffalo. Oh, Tage Thompson, he had the wheels there. Had it just taken off his stick right at the last moment by Tarasov. Fell right to Tuck in the high slot. Couldn't pick his shot. Couldn't pick his corner, excuse me. Just burped. Excuse me. Me too, I'm a Sabres fan. That's good. All right, we got the empty net here with 1:50 to go in this hockey game. One more shot on goal to end the game. Sabres leaning into this face-off. Rangers. Panthers win it. Verhaeghe walking down from the point. He'll play it down low, up top again. Now to Ekblad. They'll ring it around the rosy here. Bennett, far side. That rolls under his stick. It goes behind the net. Byram gets to it, trying to get it out of the zone. He can't. Ekblad shot blocked. Now Tuck for the empty net. It's going to miss it, and it'll be an icing call again against Buffalo. Tuck had a chance to seal it there. 1:27 now in this third. I can't let you guys. This is playoff hockey, okay? If only the Sabres could get an empty netter, we'd all breathe a little bit more. Off the face-off, Florida wins it. Verhaeghe at the blue line. He's under some immediate pressure there from Tuck. Finds Thompson, forward to Krebs. Empty net, Merchant scores! Peyton Krebs does his duty! And that should put the final touches on this hockey game. 3-1 Buffalo! Let's go! 2 more points. This team does not quit. They keep fighting, and Peyton Krebs has got his 10th goal of the season. He flips it past a couple of defensemen there. Andrew, where's the empty net king Krebs at? Well, he got his moment. Sabres with good pressure right at the blue line. They got the puck off of Verhaeghe's stick. Immediately pushed it forward towards from Tuck to Krebs. Krebs, the empty net merchant that he is, puts it into the empty goal. And it's a 2-goal game. We're waiting for this faceoff to be dropped here. Now we're good. 1:16 remains. I wonder if Florida will pull the goalie one more time. Yes, they will. Tarasov off the ice immediately. A little over a minute to go. The Sabres have another chance at the empty net. Let's get Krebs back out there. Get him another goal. Let's see. Sabres got a guard against the quick one here. Here's Reinhardt. Near side. His shot right on. Line makes the initial save. Danger still. No, it's actually they'll send it out of the zone now. Panthers with an errant pass takes them back down the ice. Here's Ekblad in his own zone. Ekblad trying to go to the blue line. Can't get it in deep. Bennett will now. Finds Martian. Back to Bennett. Takes the shots off the post and they score. 33 seconds remain in this hockey game. And Florida will pull within 1. It's Sam Bennett. And that's exactly what you didn't need if you're Buffalo. It's not over. Good thing we got that 3rd goal, because it's now. Bennett's initial shot rang off the post. They tried to keep it out, but I think Dahlin whacked it into his own net. It goes right off the post. Dahlin tries to keep it out. It goes off the behind of Alex Lyon and in. So it's a 1-goal game, ladies and gentlemen, with 33.7 seconds left. And I think Florida's going to call a timeout here. Oh, man. Oh, boy. So, folks, don't go anywhere. It's a 1-goal hockey game. So, Krebs' empty net goal proven to be a huge, huge factor. Yeah, get Krebsy back out there. We got to get him back. Oh, boy. So Florida's going to call a timeout. Hey, we got to 3670. Thank you to all my new subscribers. If you subscribed and want a shout out, please tell me in the chat. We're going on an honor code system here. Tell me if you subscribed. I'll give you your shout out. I appreciate each and every one of you that joins this community. But Tarasov, they're going to look to get him out of the crease very quickly here again. 30. Oh, they actually put a second back on the clock. 34.8 seconds now. Yep, guys, not over. It's not over. So Tage Thompson's going to take this crucial draw here for Buffalo. Got to win this draw. Kill off some time here. Florida's won 40 to 25 draws. We've only won 25. Jonathan, thank you so much for subscribing. Guys, can we get some Jonathan hype in the chat? Thank you, Jonathan. Panthers win the draw. Crap. Empty net, extra skater out there. Here's Lyon on the shoot-in attempt. He gets it around the boards. Krebs looking to get it out. He does. To center ice they go. 20 seconds remain. Here's Lundell. Things a little hectic, but the Florida Panthers came across offsides into the zone. That'll be whistled dead with 16.4 seconds remaining. AI. Yeah, AI. You want an extra shout-out? 2 years? 2-year subscriber right here. Thank you so much, AI. Thank you to everyone else. But yeah, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, AI. Thank you to everyone else that is subscribed in this chat. Let's get a couple more, though. Bam, bam. Yes. Thank you. Sabres win the draw. They'll get it down the ice. Is that going to be far enough for an icing call? No, it won't. Or yes, it will. They negated the icing some reason. The refs blew it dead. 8 seconds left. They'll get one more chance to the net. It goes behind the target. And that's going to do it. The puck was pinned behind the net. That's it on this hockey game, folks. The Sabres. They take the series, season series. Oh, my. The Sabres. Oh, they won it again. Another close divisional matchup here against the Florida Panthers, 3-2. Let me get the goal information here for Let me get the goal information here for Peyton Krebs, and then I'll let you guys go. Then you'll have my permission to leave. But the Sabres, they win again. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm good God. What a long, long season it's going to be over the last 25 games. But the Sabres, they do it again. They eke out a win here, and they now need 11 more wins to make the playoffs. 11 is the count right now. Yes, sir. USA. 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 Oh, boy, oh boy. So let's get that goal information on the screen. There you go. Peyton Krebs, that's his 9th goal of the season. It was an empty netter. Let's go, let's go. If Benson should be back, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen starting in net tomorrow night as well for the Sabres. Maybe we can get a little 3-game win streak going here. But these are 2 critical wins coming out of the Olympic break. And they continue to win without Zach Benson. They continue to win. Oh, I'm going to treasure each and every one of these. Every point counts, ladies and gentlemen. Every point counts. Let's see how the Capitals did. I think they won. They did. Yep. So even more important, crucial that the Sabres won. Because if we didn't, we would have only been 3 point. We would have only had a 3-point buffer against Washington. But, folks, what a win. What a win. Clive, you're out. See you, Clive. I'm exhausted. Oh, that was another tough game to watch. I don't think I'm going to stream tomorrow night. I'm going to take that one off. I'll stream on Tuesday, though, for the Vegas Sabres game. I'll do that for Jack Eichel's return back to Buffalo. We'll see if the fans cheer or boo him when he gets honored for winning the gold medal, him and Tage. Let's get the accurate sub counter. We got 2 more. Yes, Benson should be good tomorrow. So that's a big boost. I mean, last time we faced Tampa, we didn't have Dunn. We didn't have a healthy Malenstein. We didn't have Zach Benson. No Josh Norris either. Colton Ellis was in net. So there's always room for optimism. There's always a reason for optimism, folks. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. My voice is almost dead. I've been screaming a lot here in this stream. The Sabres get another crucial win. No crazy, epic, beautiful monologue for me to close this one out. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. The Sabres gotta stop doing this to us, but also please keep doing that to us because it's great viewership numbers and great content. But if you guys want to say anything else, take the next few seconds. I'm just gonna sit here. Oh, here's an idea. Strength. Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna do a bunch of shout outs here. Strength Cape, thank you so much. Victor, Andrew, Osiris, Bam Bam, Clive. Did I say Victor? I think I said Victor. Cal was here. AI, thank you. Jonathan earlier, a bunch of Panthers fans. I appreciate them joining this chat as well. Cats and Rat. Justin, of course. Justin, a huge Sabres fan, as he'd like to tell us. Justin, thank you. There was Yoel before that. Let's see, any other? Nope, that's as far as I can scroll up. Yeah, let's check out the points real quick. That's another thing. I keep adding things. I guess I just don't want to hop off. I'm so excited. Oh, look at that. The Sabres have jumped into 2nd in the Atlantic Conference, or the Atlantic Division. They are 6 points back of the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Tampa's got 2 games at hand over Buffalo. So we play 59, they play 57 games. Boston's 3 points back of us now. We have a game at hand, or they have a game at hand on us. We have a game at hand over Montreal. They sit at 73 points, 1 point back of us. But perhaps more crucially, we keep that 5-point buffer between us and the first team out, the Washington Capitals. So that is huge. And we just keep widening the gap on teams like Washington, Columbus, Ottawa, Philly, Florida. I mean, this was a devastating loss for Florida. So, yeah. Huge win tonight. Another big game tomorrow against Tampa. I'm not going to be streaming that one. Kale will be on the road. We'll try to get a podcast out to you guys early next week. And I'll stream that Tuesday game, and then that'll be it for me for a week. And I'll be back in the second final week of March. But so that's what the timeline's looking on as far as content here for this channel. I want to thank all of you guys, the viewers, for watching me, watching this stream, and engaging with Cal and I throughout the entirety of the game. Appreciate that very much. Without you guys, there is no channel, there is no reason to stream. So we really appreciate that. Victor, the NHL app standings, that's where I'm looking at. Those update pretty quick after the games are up. So those have updated. That's where the Sabres are second now. Any other questions? No other games that we care about either tonight. This is probably going to be my longest Sabres stream in a while. Check the thing. All right. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. Yeah, ESPN sucks. Oh, we lost two subs. Okay. Nope, we get it back. Okay. I think it was just updated. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm going to bed. Have a good Friday night, folks. Have a good weekend. I'll see you next week. Adios.